Heyo, ho hey, tada dee doo. Hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon. Hello there, per. How are you guys today? That shouldn't be the difficult question. So I'm starting with the easy questions. The difficult ones will come later. The difficult ones will come later. So I'm very excited today to start playing Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I think excited, a bit nervous if I will like it, because I really want to like it. And there's no secret. I said it before that every single time I start a new game, it's a little bit stressful because you have to learn something new. Just what you have to do when you're a variety streamer. You go from game to game to game to game to game. And the first stream is always the comfortable one, because you get into every game after the first time. You learn how to use your abilities, how the game works, the controls and things. But like the first stream is always like getting to know these things. So it's not as relaxing, like you have to pay attention, right? So yeah, there's always kind of stress, little bit of stress, the start of every game. And then it's just great. So let's start it and see. I'm Belle, just chilling. How is you, Plasma Butt? My butt is pretty good today, I would say. Sleep, but it's a bit strange. I wanted to sleep a lot. And I just couldn't fall asleep, and then I just was waking up too early and. Well, how do I know which monitor is the one? I have 3 monitors, and I don't know if it goes 1, 2, 3 from left to right. Oh, okay, so that's number 1, I think. Unknown monitor number 1. Full screen. Hello, game guy. How are you doing? Cannot. Maybe I can play on Ultra. Escape guy is here. Oh, I'm so excited. I didn't just start. Fine, just made beans and toast and beef quarter pounder with an egg on top in a bun. Right now I'm wondering if I buy 2 games before the sale ends this hour. What kind of sale is it? What is the point when I tell it to start on monitor 1 and it started on a different monitor? Like... And I even detected which one was 1. Still starting on the wrong one. Triggering me. Golden Week, yes. Is it like a PC or console sale? I guess it's a console sale, right? I don't really know what Golden Week is. Brightness. Oh, it's Japanese game sales on several platforms. I think Steam 1 ends today. Oh. This spring sale? The Steam 1 ended a while ago. Oh. But sales always happen, like, change in like 45 minutes. 7 p.m. I think. Sale. I've never actually played a game like this. That... But at all, Alive 6 is free? I guess that's just core fighters. No. Never. Hey Majid! Welcome! I have to show that clip I made. It's actually Majid wearing plasma shirt. No, I never played that. Never played JRPG. I probably owned some, but I've never played any. I should give it a try just to see if I like it. Yeah, I had to clip that so we can start for good memories. But my favorite is Dragon Quest, The Journey of the Cursed King. Only, it's not on Switch. But some Dragon Quest is on Steam, isn't it? Or Dragon Quest. I actually have 2 Dragon Quests on wishlist. How about this one? This one is overwhelmingly positive. And the builders. Yeah, I think that the builders are also had on wishlist. Cool. Heroes. I have it, but haven't sat down to play it. Fun. That's why I added it to wishlist. You could hear so snowing in it. Yeah. I wanted to clip it because, you know, for the good memories. Yeah, okay. Let's start the Guardians. Mouse and keyboard. Double press directional keys to dash, or what is the other option? I guess. Well, I mean... I guess I don't want to dash every single time I'm pressing key just once. I will just not walk around it all. Guardians mode input type. Hold, I guess. I took inspiration from you, Plasma, and uploaded my VODs to YouTube. Woo! I actually really like it. I just have to change the thumbnails maybe tomorrow when I don't have a night shift after. It will not be that hard. It will not be anything advanced for it. And maybe some unified with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 something. It's good, imagine that you're doing it. I mean, we are saving this, even if not many people will watch it. Yeah, it's cheese and ham. Doesn't have that much taste as mozzarella. So I don't know why I'm making faces. Like it was some stinky cheese or something. I actually think that I uploaded like... No, not uploaded, exported 4 videos from Twitch to YouTube. I actually gained like 1 follower or something. Oh, it's called subscriber on YouTube, right? Yeah. So now I'm like 152 or something. Instead of 151. I tried it first and it wouldn't upload videos more than 15 minutes, so I had to verify my account. I thought so too that I would have to verify it, but I guess it was already verified. Mozzarella is too advanced and exotic. but it's not very dominant. Some sticky cheese. I don't know if I need to inverse mouse. I guess we will see later. Also hard to know about the mouse sensitivity. You are not playing. I guess I will fix that later. Forward, back, right, walk with walk, dash with F. Interaction, E, point of interest, cancel, and combat, fire, target lock, fire secondary weapon. I'm actually thinking if I should have dash on. Too piquantly. It's not piquantly at all. Remembering controls. I will be okay. We can change them later. Audio. This option removes all copyrighted musical content and replaces it with alternatives. It can be a good option for players that wish to stream their playthrough publicly without having to worry about copyright. That's good. So this is active, right? No, wait, this is on. Right? It says streaming mode on. But it's really strange because I was expecting that if it will be having this thing that will be on. Streaming mode on copyright music off, I think. Oh yeah. It's on the left that it turns off the licensed audio. Basically, you're turning licensed music off, yeah. It was just a bit confusing wording, like what is on, what is off. Streaming mode on, licensed audio off. But yeah, should be fine now. Master volume, maybe a bit down. But yeah, we can see how you can guys hear it and such. We can open. Subtitles. Subtitles on. I guess. So read if they can't listen. It's a shame you have to do that to stream it without fear because the music is good. I think it's such a nonsense when it's part of the games, but you can't show it in YouTube videos and streams And that's like what most influencers and people use, right? So, what is it really showing? They make a game, and most places where the game is shown, the game even cannot be shown as it was made. Yeah. It's just so weird. Why do you even put it into those games? And you're not allowed then to show it anywhere. I mean, sure, I can understand that. If it comes to listening to music or something on stream, that's a completely different thing. But music as a part of the games, I mean, they should just agree. If they're putting their music to a game, it should just be that, of course, everybody can stream it and make a YouTube videos. And if you're not okay with that, well, we will not put your music in. And then everybody will be okay with it, right? I mean, you're making a game, you're making music for a game, so yeah, deal with it. That's how it is. People are going to stream it and make YouTube videos about it. So, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in the year 2022. In Alan Wake and Quantum Break, you can question why the licensed music is there. It's mostly because the producer thought it was cool. But in Guardians of the Galaxy, the character's chat, Thunder Muscles, is listening to tapes made by his mom. I don't know. Accessibility. I have a camera stick. What is? I guess I don't need to really. I don't understand these things. I guess I don't need any accessibility things. So. Hey, yo, Marco! Life is good! And life is strange! But not True Colors yet. That will come maybe in the end of this week. Depending on when I will start. When I will finish this. Life is strange! Game uses an autosave feature. Oh, looks cool, right? Start. By proceeding ahead, you confirm that you have read and agree with our terms of service document found that... Next members is a free blah blah blah. Link your account to unlock the bonus outfit. Following screen contains sensitive information. Before continue, please ensure it won't be shown public. If you are streaming, we suggest you hide your screen until the account linking process is complete. So they tell me I have to not show you my screen, so... You have toilet break, and I'm not pooping, but... They said there will be some sensitive information. Oh! What do you do with that? Well, I guess I didn't have to do it. Some outfit, who cares? No, Laser betrayed me! Laser! My poor coat! Now everybody's gonna use it! Laser, you snitch! Yeah, don't make your eyes like that. And tug. Laser is still eating his breakfast for like 2 hours. I made breakfast for Laser 2 hours ago. He's still eating it. Count linking. Oh, I have to do that shit. Oh shit! It showed! I'm scared. I thought I didn't have to do it. It's like I have to do it. Wait, it's I don't show it. I still have break. Well, I had breakfast like 2 hours ago. No, I work night shifts. Oh, why? My game. Why do I have to link this? I just do it without.
And the code.
Well, how? And then what visit on my phone? Where's my scaling up? Have it. Still pooping, guys. Still pooping. Okay, I need to log in there. Now where do I have that password? Oh, here. Password. Yes, link my account. Works. Or do I need to do something more? I think I'm in. Oh, let me stop my poop break. She will get a cool skin which does nothing but look different. Woo! Nothing but look good. That skin is a throwback to an old costume Star-Lord used in the comic. Boomer Plasma in action. I will smash the laser, come here. I'm not the boomer!
You are.
No!
Yeah, scan this with your mobile phone, you like pen and paper.
But I didn't even need it. Oh, there was that you can scan it or that you can write the
Why don't you
code in.
scan it?
I don't have the scanner on my phone. And it would take time to get it. New game. We do it our way. Current difficulty level. Hard. This is the underneath our setting according to the preset. Guardians mode, slow down. This value represents how much time is slowed down when you are in Guardian mode. Which I don't know what it is. The higher the value, the greater the slowdown. 1 represents a complete pause, while 0 is no slowdown at all. Well, I guess half is good. The higher the settings, more damage Tyler deals to enemies. Yes, low is decent. Guardians cooldown duration. The higher it is, the longer it takes before getting. What is this? In the settings is turned off. The white outline around object entered by the guardians is turned off. Turning the settings off will require more observation and regular use of your visor to identify. Sounds just annoying. You are probably better off using a preset difficulty since you haven't played it yet and the fine-tuning won't make sense yet. But that's what I have now, don't I? They said you can change difficulty any time you want, so... I probably got the same what was in the preset because I didn't change anything. No, I was reading somewhere that people don't have to worry about what difficulty they choose because you can go between them at any point. So if you're stuck somewhere, you can turn it down to the easiest, get over it, and then continue on your hardest. Which doesn't really make me stressed about picking something. I mean, if it's impossible, turn it down. No biggie. True gamers don't care about difficulty. What? Turn over. Bangladeshi escape velocity. They're far from being engines, maybe fallen ones.
No wonder you couldn't hear me. Is that your new tape?
Look at the hair!
Star-Lord. Who's the guy with the scary eyes?
He doesn't have a name. He's
Are
one of
you
the
already
space
playing
riders.
Life is Strange?
And he's not scary. He's cool.
Your space rider certainly got his hands full. Pretty far out.
Nobody says far out anymore, Ma. Ma!
What?
Nobody says far out anymore.
Oh, well, your mom does. Maybe we should see if we could get tickets to see them live.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Your mom may not look it, but I was quite the rocker when I was your age. Your father and I would just lie on the hood of my old Chevy and listen to Black Sabbath and...
You like Black Sabbath?
Like I said, your mom's cooler than you think. Oh, we'd look up at the stars and he'd tell me all about the places he'd been.
Mom?
How about some cake, huh?
Yeah, I'll be up in a sec.
You said that 15 minutes ago. If you don't hurry, I'm gonna eat that whole cake myself.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Hey, watch the hair.
Oh! Peter!
Is that how you have your hair
Leaving
plasma?
your toys on the floor.
I
It's
wish.
not a toy. It's an action figure.
At least for one
An
night.
action landmine. Stab your foot. I will.
He doesn't even... Never mind.
13 whole years. Look at you. Where does time go?
I'll be up in a sec. I promise.
Right.
You want to see 80s Wasp? Well, Sarah didn't make any 80s Wasp. Is that kind of hairstyle? Oh, look at me! Yeah, this is Life is Strange, definitely. Because Chloe changed a bit.
Oh, man. Traveling through space must be amazing.
Using that. And I mean shoes at home as
Can't
well.
wait to play
I
this.
mean, who wears shoes
Maybe
at
I can
home?
convince Annie to buy it with his paper out money. This will be worth hundreds of dollars someday. Can't believe I caught this. That maiden show was awesome.
Rotate. It's just a bit different of what we are actually checking as, you know, young boy compared to younger.
Final battle was awesome. Looked like the heroes were done for, but they pulled it off.
Life is Strange in the 80s. Life is Strange deep in the closet. Look at the black eye. Rika. And Plasma Gardeners of the Galaxy. Yeah, I have streamer mode. I don't wear my shoes at home. I don't know why some people do. $13 old.
Fingers are still cramped from trying to bookmark pages. I know that's not how you're supposed to play, but
Yes, so
it's
many
dying
books
everywhere.
for being 13 years old. Don't you think so?
Might as well just peel the stickers off and put them in the right spot.
I don't know how many 13 years old actually have so many books. Imagine that 13 years old kid would read all this. Even up there.
Keep hitting those dingers, George. You'll make it in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Plus by the 80s there wasn't much going on in the TVs. True, so they were just reading. Needed books.
The movie was okay. The soundtrack really kicked butt.
Oh. Look. I'm walking over my trousers. Jeez. Shouldn't we like just start in bed like naked and slowly dress up? Isn't it how it is in these Life is Strange games? Like you have to put some clothes on.
Gotta beat Janie's high score. This is embarrassing.
Not like completely naked, he's 13 years old, but...
3 natural ones.
I'm not
and one
horny.
mistake. Some bard I turned out to be.
But I mean, he wasn't bad in his clothes.
It's pretty crazy that all that destruction started from one little mistake.
Hey, you never played Life is Strange where you actually have to dress up? Yes, you could wear like, you know, what boys sleep.
Need to build up my
But it's
calluses.
like, I don't know. What do you use for sleeping? Do you sleep in jeans? String tangas. I wear PJs. So why didn't he have some cute PJs? Then we could dress him up in whatever we wanted.
Peter Quill, wake up.
Holy crap, Drax. You gotta stop doing this, man. It's weird.
We are approaching the quarantine zone.
How long was I out for?
15,338 ticks.
That's very specific.
The Betrayer is ready to begin her mission. She has requested your presence in the cockpit.
Gamora's on our side, Drax.
She is the spawn of my sworn enemy, a murderess and a traitor. I do not trust her.
Well, try. We're supposed to be a team.
I make no promises.
I sleep in my bed. Woo! My breath is not that great. Yeah. You want to shake your hand with someone now?
Oh, it ain't just a junkyard. The quarantine zone's the biggest pile of galactic war debris in the known universe. Just think of all the tech we can find.
Why are they shaking like
It's
that?
only illegal if Nova Corps finds us inside, which they won't.
Groot's right to be nervous, Rocket. Don't underestimate the Nova Corps.
Oh, come on. Am I the only one who ain't scared of the galactic police?
They've got the numbers on us.
But they ain't got the brains. Ha! Sure takes a genius to catch my ship.
My ship.
Who said that? Quill? No, I think I heard him. Ah, there you are, Quill. Tell Groot to stop
Oh,
worrying about getting
Groot!
arrested. I'm not overconfident. I'm just the right level of confident.
Arrested? For what? Our ship just accidentally slipped into the quarantine zone.
Oops, our
Yes,
navigation
I like
malfunctioned.
Groot.
Oops. How would we accidentally cross into the Nova Corps force field? Nice gizmos, Rocket.
I'm calling them thumpers on account of the noise they make. Assuming we get past the force field and reach your coordinates in one piece, all we gotta do is set them up, and these babies are gonna draw out our monster in no time.
This voice is familiar, really.
How's that even gonna work? The thumper goes beep, 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 and the monsters come running?
It goes more like, wah! Wah! Wah!
Holla, Rocket!
Stop this ruckus at once!
And then the monster comes running
I'm
out
good
of
as I
its
have
hole.
boot.
Are you sure about that?
Hey,
I wouldn't
all my
expect
info came
anything
from
else
your
from you,
source.
Databag.
My sources are very reliable. Those coordinates are 100% pointing towards a rare, elusive, priceless creature.
With no physical description to go by.
What do you think elusive means?
Don't matter what the monster looks like. As long as it's got ears, you could be sure my thumpers are gonna drive it right into our arms.
Space Marine! This was connected from the X-Men. That's her old disc outfit from it.
Peter Quill, we must soon discuss the status of my official team membership badge.
Drax, once again, there is no official badge.
Obviously, you would not have one, Assassin. The small one indicated the procedure is a well... Gamora?
Up here, Peter.
Hey, that's my chair.
Oh, then why aren't you in it?
I was, strategizing. It's one thing to get into the zone, but we still gotta catch that monster.
Right.
So did I miss anything?
Other than a ton of suspicious glares from Drax, not really. Now, if you're done strategizing, feel free to grab your seat. We're almost ready to go.
I don't think I'm ready to go. I have to go and talk to the others.
Did that escort job on Orga ever pan out? What do you mean you never called her back? Don't know if you noticed, but we're flarkin' broke. What? Wait, what kind of escort was that contract about? Yeah, maybe I'd rather be broke.
Guys, our great leader ran away. Could you send him back?
Peter Quill, the murderess still calls your name.
Oh, sounds kinky.
Well, you can't play it. It has a streamer mode on. So it doesn't let you play it. I was just trying to see if it would play anything.
This moment of quiet reminds me of the legendary siege of Seknarf 7.
Oh, not again.
It is said
Oh!
Lady Hellbender held her breath through 10
You
minutes
go to the
while fighting
bathroom.
across the stars on the back of a great horned beast.
I should brush my
Not
teeth.
so sure about tooth cleaning tablets. Manual brushing is where it's at.
Come on, do some brushing teeth. A breath was smelling. How about taking shower? In Death Stranding, you can take shower and poop. E. And here you can't.
Morgoth, be with
You're getting minus points.
Morgoth yourself.
No pooping.
Morgoth is a politeness thing. Catathian customs don't make no sense to me.
Ooh. I'm not pooping.
She's only been here a few months, but her room's already decked out.
Rocket! Did you bring back the docking chips you took from the...
Drax! About Gamora.
Can this not wait, Peter Quill? I am readying my body for
Is
battle.
that the same shower as in Death
You
Stranding?
know we're
No,
supposed
it's
to
not.
capture this monster, right? Not
That
kill
was
it.
bigger in Death Stranding, because in Death Stranding you were pooping, peeing, and showering in shower. You were doing everything there.
Goods.
I will aim to preserve the
you in real
integrity
life.
of the beast as best I can.
Good. Oh yeah, you remember that dealer who asked about the emitters? After you left, he leans over me and he says,
Good old Milano. Engine parts from at least 5 different black markets.
Wow. Ship is huge.
So Drax, excited to meet our buyer after we catch the monster?
Of course! Lady Hellbender... What is it?
Dude,
Dark.
take 5. We gotta talk about that Gamora thing.
She's waiting for you in the cockpit.
I already checked in on her. You know you're not subtle with all that staring, right?
Subtlety is neither my strength nor my intent.
Look, I know you're mad about being on her team for the mission, but could you at least try to get along?
I doubt I would succeed.
I'm
All
Groot.
good, buddy? You know, I don't understand you, Groot, but I'm gonna assume you just said something super kind and thoughtful.
What did the tree say?
No idea. Groot really needs to get these plants under control.
Good coffee. I'm Plasma. No, you're not Plasma. You're Coffee. But coffee isn't half bad, so being Coffee is actually pretty good. I'm Plasma. You're not Plasma. You're there per diaper. I'm Spartacus. Hope you're having a good one.
Almost 20 years. And those
Coffee with
straps are
scotch.
still fire.
Yeah, I mean, I just started the game, so I
should
don't know
read it,
anything
Mom.
about it. Oh, so that was me when I was 13 years old.
Just pocketing a little something so this job don't turn
I
out
found
like
something.
our monster hunting gig in the Hilda cluster.
Team costumes, Rocket. You want how much for these things. When I said matching gold costumes, I meant gold covered, not actually crutecking gold. We want potential clients to think we've got wealth, not wear it right on our sleeves. That makes us target. Here's the deal. When the time's right, we will give these costumes a test run. If they survive it without any holes, I will settle up with you at, say, 6% of what you're asking, best I can do. They look flarking amazing, by the way.
Please no. If I see a single jellyfish rat in the quarantine zone, I'm turning
And
around.
Palsma.
Hey, come on, Gamora. Don't lie to yourself. We all know you like slicing through the squishy critters.
Okay. So is there like something? Save game, load last checkpoint. You sit down here.
Ready now?
Now.
Once we breach that force field, there's no going back.
Your black market codes are gonna crack that Nova net, right?
Yep. As soon as you enter them in your console.
Senor Saki button.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go!
Groot, Drax, get in here. We're going in.
We still have a few ticks before the next time window, actually.
The next one?
Nova Corps security grid resets every rotation. We want to be in and out before our code expires, or we'll get stranded.
And if we wait for the next reset, we'll get a full rotation to do this. Nice.
Oh, why's the Novanet still up? Thought we were going in.
Rocket!
Appears the assassin's contacts are as untrustworthy as the betrayer herself.
Oh, please don't tell me Gamora's backdoor codes are bust. We nearly went broke getting them.
Relax, Rocket. We still got a few ticks before the next time window.
The network just reset. You can enter the sequence, Peter. 0451.
That's it? 4 digits?
Suspicious. These security measures are too simplistic for Nova Corps.
It's not that
0,
simple. The code only works on
4,
this date,
5.
this ship.
Oh, I get it. Gamora's codes are more like an encryption key of some sort, designed to integrate temporal coordinates and our ship's hard-coded serial into a local number generator.
Info gets in,
There.
Woo! I did something! Senor Soggy Bottom?
We're in.
Incredible.
I didn't realize there was so much stuff left after the war.
Restraint wasn't very popular in the Shatari army, especially with Thanos in charge.
Yeah, it's probably all harmless now. I mean, Nova Corps had 12 years to get rid of the heavy-duty explosives, right?
That's why I like you, Quill. You're so pure. Oh, the wonderful and terrible things I could do with all this tech.
Stay focused, Rodent. We did not come here to scavenge.
Why not? The Milano's weapon systems could use an overhaul. Plus, there's good money in it.
The beast that we seek is far more valuable to the Monster Queen of Seknarf 9 than any illegally acquired salvage.
Whoa! Place is really shifty.
I'm not seeing a monster, but that big cylinder up ahead looks like the mining ship Peter's friend said to look for.
Friend.
For a night. And you'll see the monster soon as we place Rocket's monster summoning thingies.
Flark, yeah. Groot, Quill,
Monsters! Who
Team
wants to
Rocket's
see
up.
some monsters?
I still do not understand why I must remain on board with the assassin.
Oh, because you're part of Green Team.
You assigned me to the team before you named it. My skin is not green. It's teal.
Teal. Listen, if we want to trick the monster into going inside that mining rig, we need to place thumpers on both sides. 2 sides, 2 teams.
And 2 clicks to the drop site. Ground's too unstable to land a ship, so you'll need to jump.
That's our cue. Let's go, Groot.
Don't worry! Once the thumpers are placed, we'll meet in the middle and we'll capture the monster. Together.
Very well.
Yeah! I miss those two.
Thumper 1 done.
A rocket and Groot. Game seems so boring, nothing exciting in it, everything is so common and predictable. Play Life is Strange instead. Life is Strange will be after.
Oh, can you imagine?
Your visor can show objects of interest and provide information. Visor mode encompasses is displayed at the top of the screen and points to your current objective. Press
Strange. I have not encountered any corpses in
to
the
toggle
wreckage.
walking.
Nah, it's totally safe. Now, can we please focus less on the toxic goo and more on all this cool war junk it's holding together?
Hey, Groot.
Hey, starboard! Wrong way!
You guys sure you don't need help?
Yep.
Hey, what
very
is
sure.
this?
Focus on your own task.
Picked up something. Collect components
Yep.
to craft
Being
perks.
here definitely feels a little weird.
Yo,
You sure?
Quill,
Can you
these
jump?
coordinates are so reliable. How come we're the only ones out here?
Can I
trying
jump
catch
to the
us?
other side without killing myself?
Okay. Guess you're taking the long.
Oh!
You okay, Quill?
Yeah, I think so. This, pink resin stuff's definitely strong enough to hold this place together.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, probably strong enough. We don't know what it looks like. Quill neglected to get that info while he was flirting on Contraxia.
It'll look like a monster worth selling. And I wasn't flirting, I was...
Come on, Quill. We still got 3 more thumpers to place. Second one's this way.
I'm assuming you have a map or something?
Map, schmap. I know how to navigate a scrap heap. You find something we could sell?
Nah, just some old
Nano
correspondence.
Raisin
You know
incident
how I like to
reports
brush
in
up on galactic war
Centurion's
history.
armor's fault.
No.
Kandar has lost his arm to the
anything without
Nano
pictures.
Resin. Accounts of the accident contradict each other. Kandar maintains that the Nano Resin splashed him instantly, encasing him up to his elbow. However, his corpsmen have reported that he put his arm inside of on a dare, directly violating safety measures and, of course, costing him a sad limb. The acidic compounds within the resin are designed to break down space-worthy metals, so we're not surprised to find it dissolving his arm within the span of a few microcycles. My recommendation: a refresher course on safety protocols within the quarantine zones, and a stern warning about pranks or bets during any Nova Corps mission. I do not advise punishment for Centurion Kandar because his synthetic arm will serve as a constant reminder of his folly, no matter which story is true. Close. I found story.
I
Making
read plenty of
I
non-picture stuff.
is making the joke plasma must I kick your butt. This game's
How
so
many of these
bad.
ships did you personally
Pudding.
destroy, assassin?
In this massive
This is
jump
very funny game,
filled with
Silent.
debris from both sides of the war. How do you
Oh,
expect
this
me
is
to
the
answer
dash.
Honestly.
I am dashing. You picked up components. Upgrade available. How do I activate it? Tab, backspace.
Settle an argument, rodent. What is this omnipresent pink
This
substance?
upgrade available, but I don't know what is the button to get to it. Settings. Guardians of the Walking Simulator Plus must stop the game now. You will not find exciting competition around the next corner. It's just a tutorial. Open perks menu. P maybe. JKL. JKLP.
You mean the Ebrium-based nano-resin
That's an
cluster flow?
open P.
Never trust something.
It opens J. That same dream again. Need to lay off the Chogadox or get a better alarm clock than Drax's face. But I will sleep like a baby tonight. It's a payday! No more wild goose chases or babysitting slug princesses. Time to make up some real money. Maybe not the smartest idea to sneak into Nova Corp's quarantine zone, but the reward will be worth the risk. We've got lead that there is some lady on Sec North 9 who will pay top unit for a monster that's hiding out there, assuming we can catch it.
With that many dashes.
A faction character screen items. Maybe I don't have my abilities yet.
Not if it stays outside you. Just don't eat it.
Because it should
Or
be
get
on
any in
P.
your eyes.
Maybe I just have to continue.
I'm thinking that big cylinder thing.
Tomorrow is the first day of the new season in Apex. Woo!
So weird seeing it all clustered together.
Looking
like
forward
this.
to do my dailies
Bits
and
and
weeklies
pieces of
again.
a war that span the entire galaxy, held together by pink goo.
Ebrium-based nano-resin.
Whatever. I'm just saying, it's a lot to take in.
Pink goo.
After we sell the monster,
Press
you
to
know,
climb
I
over
think I do
obstacles.
sort of get it. Thousands of worlds fighting
easy
for some
peasy.
fleeting greater good. Oh, look! Yellow and blue. Looks like an old Nova Corps frigate. Nice!
Come on, dude. People probably died on that ship.
Killjoy, why do you even bring us here if the place is so sacred? I can name at least a dozen planets with monsters on them, so why here? You think it's to impress Gamora? Like,
Don't know if you noticed, Rocket, but people aren't exactly falling over themselves to hire us.
oh, I have noticed.
If this job pans out, sure we'll get money, but also a rich new client. We need to impress Lady Hellbender with a monster she's interested in, not just any old critter.
Which is why we should have gone after Fin Fang Foom.
We won't
Yeah, I
impress
already
no one if
activated
we're
jet
dead.
boost on the previous one. Woo! Some materials. Did you finish your bottle of warm milk again? You seem sleepy.
Told ya. We ain't gonna
Venom
get
posted a
caught.
video for a preview of the
Like
Battle
3
Pass
ships
2.
left in the
Oh,
entire
nice.
Nova.
Plasma, try eating some of the pink stuff. I'm guessing
Sure,
it's just
but,
color
they
ice
have the
coating
space
getting,
cops they once was.
you know,
In
that
order
fluffy
to keep
stuff
their
made
own
from
people
sugar.
without
I
worrying
know.
about some old
My sister
graveyard from the war.
actually was making cotton candy as her job when she was oh,
I'm okay.
Ha! Almost made yourself a very late war casualty.
Not funny.
so that's like a quick time event. I thought once would be enough. Just like quick time events. Upgrade available. Don't know how to upgrade. I don't want to eat the pink stuff. I'm not very hungry, you know. Is there a crouch button? No.
You know, I like this. This is fun. The three of us hanging out, just like when we started this gig, before you-know-who joined us. I do not hate everybody. I tolerate Quill. Quill's a swell guy.
Come on, Rocket. Drax and Gamora are valued additions to the team.
You're only saying that because she's listening.
Is that why your plan has Drax and I taking the ship?
Maybe. Hey, can't a guy want to spend some quality time with his friends?
Yeah, my sister was selling cotton candy and popcorn. Wait,
What?
popcorn, not that other thing. Oh, this is scary.
The insubordination is becoming.
I'm doing exactly what we planned to do.
She is also quite contrarian.
We talked about this on the Milano.
You know,
Try
if you
harder.
double clicking is dashing forward. So that can be very scary. Because you just want to walk a bit forward, so you like slightly tap that button and you like straight go forward. On a bit.
Don't worry, it's safe to walk on, mostly. That's why Green Team's on the Milano. Heck of a lot more dangerous to fly around in here.
I heard that.
Maybe you should disable double tap dash then. I was thinking it would be good for the combat, but I don't know.
Whoa!
Woo!
Pretty sure that way's a dead end.
You sure?
I guess I will see.
Pass this way. Come on.
Yeah, I was
How
thinking
can you
like
even tell?
maybe it would help me.
Hey, through.
It would help me to avoid damage, you know, like dashing in combat.
You never heard of the Trion Shard? Pyramid of pure evil.
Just an idea.
Everything it comes in contact with. Making things up. Name one time I ever made something up. Shut up. Ask Gamora. Bet she's heard about the
Can't
Trion.
go back.
Hey,
I don't know
Gamora.
what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. I know Thanos.
Wanted
has
to
hands
check if there is some material here, maybe.
Quill, tell. Where's Quill? You happy, Quill? You found the thing. I told you was there, but you didn't listen. That's it. Walk of shame. Of course he could know. I told him.
Yeah, but do you need a double and single button for the tap for that? Well, I don't want to single button it because then it will be even worse. If I press forward and it will always dash, that would be terrible. Pride and Fall. I've read this report so that the efforts and the courage of my people may echo throughout time. We had finally accomplished the unthinkable. After generations of war, we put aside our differences and united to achieve our dreams. I'm dictating this message from the first installer Bilderian vessel, our pride, the Starborus. Everything we suspected was true. There are people out here, countless other worlds, some of them far more advanced and some of them struggling as we did. We were welcomed with open arms by a group calling themselves the Nova Corps. To our horror, we learned the galaxy itself is currently at war. Bildar is right in the path of the aggressors, a violent race called the Chitauri. We requested aid from our new allies, but the rescue force will soon be intercepted by a much larger Chitauri fleet. We have decided to rapidly burn our fuel reserves to reach the Chitauri first. In our naivete, we do not have weapons on the Starborus, but she is fast, and she is built strong. We will ram their capital ship. Perhaps we can save our new friends. Notice, for a brief, incredible moment, Bildar found peace. We accomplished everything we set out to do. I pray our sacrifice will make a difference in our final hour. Yeah, but then you need one single button for the tap. What do you think that would happen? I don't know. That's how I understood it. Why I didn't want it. How else would you dash? If not
Just imagine
single
what
or
kind
double
of blasters
tapping.
the Chitauri had to use to wreck
What
some of
would
these
then
frigates.
trigger the dash? Single tap? If not double tap or triple
Being
tap?
insensitive.
You done gloating?
Oh, I am never done gloating. I am Groot. Yep, classic me. Yeah, I'm sure it's safe-ish. Safer than flying with Gamora anyway.
I heard that.
Everybody keep an eye out for any good scrap or components. I know the monster is the first priority. I'm just saying, anything good along the way. Watch it, Will.
Woo! All good, no worries. But watch your step, guys. This junk isn't as stable as we think.
That is one big mushroom.
No materials.
Bacteria, mold, space skunk. You know, call it what you
Oh,
want.
there's
It's
a
still
material.
in the way.
We will see. I mean, I haven't even finished the tutorial, so how do I know? Will be good or bad?
Take that, brittle stuff.
This is your first game with dash mechanic, okay? Oh, but I mean, it's unique. Third person with things. Well, dash is on the WASD. That's how I dash. 2 times W is dash forward. 2 times S is dash back. Dash to the left is tapping double A. And then double D. So it's WASD. In which game do you dash with WASD? Name one. Okay?
Relax.
I haven't played Elex.
Oh, you said.
Soylent, I mean. Because he says like it's hey Kempe.
50 units
It's like so
with
usual
more
to
of these
be
suckers than
dashing
you.
with WASD.
Whoa, what the? Rocket, did you do that?
The scoreboard? You like it? Hacked it into your visor cover last time you took a snooze.
You hacked into my stuff?
Considering how many times I fixed the Flarkin thing, it might as well be my stuff. Optimal thumper placing distance should be just up ahead. I'm thinking right in front, through the giant hole where this ship's cockpit used to be. Well, that's grim. Yeah, try not to think about it. It's better not to wonder what happened to anyone working on these old wrecks.
Key of the disposal. My 5th investigation in our grand quarantine zone. Embryum-based nanoresin cluster foam experiment is complete, and I can report that my material is performing as expected. If a little slow, the various debris here, mostly consisting of wrecked vessels, has begun to compress and bind together within the protective sphere. What are you saying that I'm saying? I was asking you, what other game than Guardians of the Galaxy can you name where you dash with WASD? If you want to dash forward, you dash with W. If you want to dash back, you dash with S. And the same for A and D. That was my question. So if you can answer it, Soylent, and tell us other game where this feature is there. Laser was naming Elex. I have not played Elex. You also need to discuss long-term disposal once the sphere is sealed permanently. Even though its contents will be rendered unusable, some of the more hazardous materials within will not be rendered inert. For this reason, I am against the proposal to push it into a star. We don't know what kind of reaction that might cause. Instead, I propose we launch it into Nowhere's Rift, where it could theoretically cease to exist. Vermintide? Yeah, but if you want to dodge, don't you still have to press space? Because the space is the... I think that you don't understand me. In Vermintide, you press button where you want to dash, and you press space, and it will move to the side, right? But here is no button for the dash, it's just the WASD. You understand it? There's no button you have to press together with it. The dash is the controls, the WASD. These buttons only. So, this means that how will I be dashing if I disable it? I will not be dashing at all, or will I be dashing when I just press that button? Do you understand what I mean? My cat cries like he wants something. I stand up to see what he wants. He jumps into the seat. I just got up from and goes to sleep. He wants something. I don't know how else to explain it. So if I disable it, I disable dashing in total. Maybe dashing could be good. I will show you in the control. Double press directional keys to dash. Controls whether dash is bound to a double press of the navigational movement keys or a single key press. Wouldn't you understand that? That it either you will dash with a single key press or you will dash with double click, double press. Let's see what it will do. Now I don't know how to dash. Now it doesn't dash at all. So yeah, I just disabled my dash. Oh, it's on a different button. Wait a second. Because I set up this thing, but it didn't work. Doesn't work. Oh, I understand it now. This button I preset as a dash isn't on my mouse. It's not working now. So I have to disable that, but also set up that. That is weird. Because then you have to go to the thing and disable it here. Because if you don't put anything here, then it will not work. Okay, so where do I want to have it? Yeah, but the dash button wasn't working for me at all before, even if I set it up. Okay. And I thought that it was part of the tutorial that I still didn't get it. Because my P is also not working right now, and that should be my ability, so... Yeah. But, like, it says in the controls that if you should press P, you will go to your abilities, and you can't. No, that was actually there by default, Soylent. I didn't choose it, I just let it there.
I want to see if he's alive. I don't know, but he's twitching. Flarkin, Scott stained, Quill. You okay down there?
Yep. Yeah, just, thought I saw a shortcut.
Right.
Go ahead without me. I'll catch up.
Okay, there's a crapped out Nova Corps missile bay just on the other side. We'll meet you there.
Yellow and blue missile bay. Got it.
Hey, Gamora, make sure the Milano don't get stuck in any of this resin.
Okay. crawling through creepy old ship. No big deal.
Easy there, Quill. Pretty sure nothing's gonna jump out at you. Except maybe me and Groot.
How's Team Rocket doing down there?
We're fine. Waiting for Quill to show up.
Your team was tasked with keeping Peter Quill safe.
Am I supposed to fall in holes instead of him?
Yes. His fragile Terran frame cannot handle the impact.
You fall into another hole, Quill?
I'm, assessing stuff.
Quill, was that you?
I shot something, like you said. I've got a way forward.
See? Never fails.
Oh. Thing hiding under.
Now this brings back memories.
Memories.
That is
You Guardian
exactly
collectible
the
found.
kind
You
of
found a Revengecom bracelet. Someone might have something interesting to say about it.
What's your latest?
The meat sack fell down a hole.
Is he okay?
He's fine.
Collectible.
It is good to be doing physical labor again.
Kinda hard to believe you were a farmer.
I was a warrior.
Ooh, don't die, don't die, don't die!
Woo.
Aw, hey, little
What is
guy.
that? Use that to aim, then hold that to lock on the target. Use that to shoot.
Whoa, what the fuck?
You dead, Quill? We can hear your wussy squeal even without the phone.
Little busy! Crap! That's cheating! You guys should have seen that. It was this weird blobby thing.
No, no
Enough for this
noodles.
again.
Yo, Quill! You alright?
I'm performing melee attacks.
Bye-bye, little guy!
He's fine! Hey, if Quill dies, can we all get a bigger cut? Our leader's safety is your paramount concern, Ronan.
Woo.
Everything okay over there?
You got the
Quill nearly
fantastic
got sucked
encounter.
in by a blob or something.
Access Guardians menu. Outfits. Find and equip an outfit. Good, it also has outfits. Tutorials, character.
Heard him squeal.
You must fight with dignity, Peter Quill.
Or at least die with it.
Not funny!
Those noodles! Those noodles doodles.
Be warned, I was attacked by strange creatures when installing a thumper.
Must be working then. What they look like?
A spined orb with multiple ocular protrusions.
We'll keep an eye out. Get it? Get it?
Get it? Thing to pick up. Have to go up. Collect the bubble. Playing the long game with missions channel points. Still no souffle.
After we catch this monster, we really should spend half a cycle loading up the Milano with tech.
The longer we stay here, the higher the chances of us getting caught.
Yeah. It's just such a waste.
I mean, Bashir has not really been streaming the cooking thing that much lately. So cooking some
What makes you so sure this hell lady's gonna buy
some gaming.
Quill, Well,
You
we
know,
got a
it's
lot
hard
riding on
sometimes
Gal
with,
Pal's mystery
for people
monster.
who have
I
actually
hope
job
you
and
get
streaming
close.
together.
Like you could even
I mean,
tell
I was
me
also
about
really
the
overwhelmed yesterday. Failed to send message. Got some real bad news for you, sis. Them critters you had me smuggle off, crack second. You didn't tell me they bred like Seknarfian and mudhooks. I got a cargo bay full of the ugly flarkers, and they grew up fast. I can hear them banging on the walls and shrieking something fierce. Probably hungry. When I saw my fuel was leaking, I put 2 and 2 together and realized they were chewing up my fuel lines. To make it worse, I gotta fly right through a Nova Creeps blockade. I ain't got no way to hide the damn things, so I'm thinking about scuttling this old heap and taking my shuttle to nowhere. Expect a bill for a new ship soon, and we can figure out next hole. I know you are good for it. What can I say? Scut happens.
Yeah, she did smell like flowers. Too much.
If we set up all these thumpers and no monster shows, we'll just need to salvage what scrap we can and haul it back with us.
Yeah, scrubbing off all that nanoresin would take forever, if it even comes off.
Just trust me on this. It'll all be worth it in the end.
Yeah, yesterday I was trying to do 2 streams and it was actually quite challenging. I probably want to just walk. Like this. Oh, okay. It became a bit easier.
Are you kidding me?
I'm like a ballerina! You felt stressed for me? Oh, I'm sorry that I'm creating these kind of feelings.
We can't jump that.
You don't gotta jump. There's a sturdy support beam on this side. Get Groot to grow a bridge across. Just ask him nicely. He does it for me all the time.
Open the Guardians mode. Groot.
Alright, Groot. Let's see that cool viney thing.
Was my mistake. I said that I could handle it, but it was actually really too much for the Sunday. Together with the work, not enough sleep, 2 streams. Ugh.
Hey, think Groot can make it to that?
Nope, that's way too far. And there ain't nothing good to grab on the other side. All right. Boom. Right under your nose, Quill.
No, he got 3 points.
Of course there ain't any plants here. It's a junkyard. Plants grow where they got food. We gotta go that way, across the gap.
Well, where's my
Somehow.
points? Okay, so Groot can
Groot,
make
I found
that.
a hitch. Can you latch onto it?
Hey, Greenies, you see any blue and gold ships out there, you let us know.
We have seen many such ships.
He means active ones. We haven't talked about what to do if we run into a Nova Corps patrol.
We'll restrain them until we are done here.
Bad idea. Those cops are all connected through their stupid helmets.
If they do spot us, all they have to do is close that barrier and we're stuck.
If you see cops, you get my ship out of here. Even if it means leaving us behind.
Flark that!
Trust me, I've dealt with Nova Corps before. Even helped them catch real criminals. I can talk my way out.
You think that Milano can outrun a fully powered Nova Centurion?
She's done it before.
Do I look worried? The resin will hold. You ain't that heavy. I seen this goop anchor a Shatari dreadnought. We'll be fine.
Yeah, they saw the seas. Upgrades available. I don't think that they are available yet.
Okay, here we go.
All right, set her down right there. Yep, one to go.
Groot! Are you Groot?
No, no! Flark and Skaggy! Patak and batteries fried, that's what's wrong. Maybe you put it down too hard.
Let's just find a solution.
The solution's a new battery, with a charge.
Okay. We're on what's left of the ship.
Visor.
Full of ship things. Gotta be
Again.
things that power ship things around here, right?
Galactic Great
So
Fuel
much for
Supply
that.
Cable. Universal socketing on ends allows all types of ship or to fuel from carriers from station. Game is frozen. AMD shit. Ugh. Well, I mean, the game is kind of not reacting. I guess I have to close it. Hopefully it has some checkpoints. I have to start again. That was weird. Your car is smoking, Laser.
He's so slow. You have to wait for his. You go into the car and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going to stand here."
5 hours. Again, starting on the wrong screen. Are you kidding me? The save game appears to be damaged and cannot be loaded. Don't stress me, game. Don't tell me I can't load my save. I will damage you.
Okay, here we go.
All right, set her down right there. Yep, one to go. Flark! No, no! Flark and Skaggy! Patak and batteries fried, that's what's wrong. Maybe you put it down too hard.
Let's just find a solution.
The solution's a new battery.
Stunning device
with
that
a
generates
charge.
high frequency.
Okay. We're on what's left of a ship. Full of ship things. Gotta be things that power ship things around here, right? So much for that.
So shoot that thing.
Rocket! Do you have a plan for where we're gonna keep this monster once we've caught it?
I figured it could have your room. There's hardly anything to mess up in there.
As opposed to your room, which looks like it's already been messed up by a monster?
Hey, I got a system. Everything's where it's supposed to be. Huh.
No materials.
Peter Quill, the double agent is trying to lull me into a false sense of security.
Right. And the moment you drop your guard, I'll strike.
Aha!
Can you use this missile?
Sure I can, to blow us to pieces. Keep looking.
Found something with a charge. Kind of looks like a spacey car battery.
Lucoid or xenon cell? Never mind. Let's try it. Bring it over to the middle here.
So, Drax.
What are you waiting for, Quill? Grab it.
Okay, this thing isn't gonna zap me, right?
The chance is minuscule. At best. You'll be fine.
Here you go.
That'll do nothing. Just let me tinker a
I'm
bit.
sorry.
I'll have to do some tweaking once I see how much juice this thing puts out. So watch my back.
Watch it from what? Rocket! Help me scramble some critters!
No, Scott! If I don't rewire this fast, it's gonna short circuit. Flarkin' monster things! Everyone get ready!
Hold them down, Groot!
The last Groot is a vigorous defender and withstand a high amount of damage. He focuses on crowd control, his basic ability and to blast enemies in a small area for a short amount of time.
Sorry to burst your bubble!
Good! Use that beer! Kill them all!
Really coming home!
Thank you!
Thanks for the heads up, bud!
More of them are coming. Groot.
Groot, snag 'em!
Just keep these things away from me!
Careful, Rocket!
Oh,
These things
it's
are
like
bigger
pumping
than
a zit!
We're just killing party favors!
Double tap something.
If I don't fix this thing, they'll keep coming! Come on, you ugly junk!
Do I need to worry about these things?
Shit. I don't know what is it writing. It's writing some instructions while I'm in the middle of the combat. Why don't you give me the instructions before it? Like I can't focus on shit. Like press this and this and this and this while you are surrounded by enemies. Okay, I don't have the time to read.
Keep him away from that missile, Groot!
Is the rodent procuring
Stop the
further
short,
armament?
Groot!
Come on, you ugly junk!
The rodent referring to me?
Then keep your distance! Papa! We're just killing party favors!
Plus one for me!
Easy for you to say. You've got a pointy stick.
Lost another one!
Done. We're all plugged in.
Wow, just in time.
I'd like to see you fix it next time. Come on, 2 down, 2 to go.
I don't know, it was telling me about something, but I did it without it. I just think that the abilities of your teammates is a bit difficult to use. Why is it with these menus?
Groot's wondering wondering if the reward
That's a bit
worth all
weird,
the
like,
risk we're taking for this
I'm in
job.
the middle of the combat and I have to
Really
go
unkillable.
through
What
some
if the rest
menus.
of you don't make it out alive? If the two of us gotta lug that monster.
Guys, we deliver this monster to Lady Hellbender, we'll get bigger payouts and jobs that don't suck.
A ship for each one of us.
I mean, a team only needs one ship.
Perhaps a more spacious ship.
What? No, I love my baby.
We can modify her. I'd kill for a gunner's rotunda.
We'll think about it.
Groot wants a plant.
Groot, man, we will get you 2 plants.
There are 2 ways.
Man, that thing is ridiculous. Think it was a ship or a robot?
That's a Kree Sentry, a robot, but it would have been space-worthy. That ain't even the biggest one. They designed at least 5 experimental models twice that size.
How do you know all this?
Because they were my fellow experiments back on Half-World. Most of my parts came from the cybernetics hangar next to the door, so I got a sneak peek at all the new killbots. I can see the parts come and go from my cave.
I didn't mean to open old wounds.
Most of them are just scars now anyways. This old Kree tech gets me wondering, where would I be now if those blue butt-scuts managed to keep me locked into their half-world experiments? Yeah, chances are you'd be climbing over bits of me right now.
Oh, there is something.
So what do I gotta do to get a last name like Drax?
Catathians have no need for surnames.
What about the Destroyer?
It is a moniker to mark the countless I slaughtered during a shameful period of untempered rage.
Yeah, one of those! I could be Rocket the Ruthless, because I'm pretty sure I ain't never had no Ruth. Of course we're going the right way. Just keep your eyes on that mining ship. That's where we want to end up.
There's a mining ship.
I can hear your visor working. Better not be cheating on our bet, Quill.
How can you hear that?
I wasn't even a person to the worst of the Kree's mad scientists. More like a real smart walking gun.
A very talkative gun.
Yeah, that part was an accident. They tried to fix it a few times. The entire facility was the problem. I wish I'd gone back and blown it up before the end of the war. Any bets on what this monster's gonna look like? How many legs? Like, more than 4?
It will be majestic.
What does that look like?
We shall see.
Yeah, materials.
Peter Quill, the double agent is trying to lull me into a false sense of security.
Right. And the moment you drop your guard, I'll strike.
Aha! So you admit it?
You got me. My plans are foiled.
Groot, need you to shoot a bridge right into that eye socket.
Now,
Yeah,
I wanna
we
see
got
you
the
do
bridge.
that something in combat. Wait, is that? Yes! I'm about to win this bet, Quill!
You bastard.
So, Drax, how come you're so in love with this Hellbender lady?
I've do not love Lady Hellbender.
Yeah, should you be all like, her name is Inojo?
We're inside a giant robot head.
And I got robot parts inside my head.
You have robot parts inside your head. Inside a giant robot head. Haha.
You guys.
Hey, Groot, what do you think I should do when I win this bet? I mean with the units he'll owe me once I win.
Found a nest. Maybe this is the Parasite Club.
Don't congratulate him.
Well, I know what I'll be doing with my winnings. I'm saving up for our next stop on Contraxia to get one of those Zeronian massages.
You're so predictable. Exactly. You suck, Star God. Let's see. When I beat Quill, I'm gonna get my hands on some rotating hyper circuits.
Boo! No one knows what those are. Ha! That one was juicy.
What do you
He
think,
stopped
Drax?
shooting.
Should we get in on this bet? Think of all the hyper circuits you can buy.
Are you making fun of me?
I do not wish to acquire hyper circuits.
Now we get unthinkable. My heart, do not come back to Hala. There is nothing here for you. I fear it will soon fall as so many other worlds have. Krelar is in flames. Most of the spaceports have been decimated. The Chitauri have gathered many of our remaining leaders and have announced public executions. Fear not, we escaped. We are on a Shi'ar mercy ship and headed for refuge. Those monsters are focused on destroying our cities. So far as they are not pursuing us, we will survive this, even if our beautiful Hala does not. Continue your work on Half-World. I beg of you. Demand that your leaders unleash everything they have to make these monsters suffer. Every unfinished machine, every experimental weapon, all of it, right into the heart of Chitauri Prime. Show them the superior might of the Kree Empire. Make your children proud.
Quill, I hear you scanning.
How's that bet going over there?
I am crushing this.
Just you wait. I'll be catching up in no time.
Ah!
I'm having the time of my life. Quill, shoot down a nest if you're having fun. Speaks for itself. And just so we're clear, Green Team is officially ineligible for the bet.
Why?
Well, for one, you need a gun.
No need for a projectile weapon.
He shoots! He scores!
Were I allowed to participate? I think I spent my bet earnings on a night at Liteco.
That's only if you manage to beat me.
Wait, isn't Loteco a fancy pants restaurant out on Vega?
I'm so sick of Yarroot.
Another one for me!
You don't have to be a little scut about it.
What about you, Drax? What would you do if you managed to beat my score?
Pointless speculation. The rodent forbid me from participating.
That's right. One competitor is enough. Clark and Quill and his dual pea shooters.
I have to go back a different way, I guess. This is sliding down.
By comparison.
So it would swat them out of the air like flies.
What are flies?
They're these annoying flying insects on Earth.
They fly, and you call them flies. You Humies are so original.
They fly and you call them flies. Humies.
raking in the points!
Very well. I will speculate with you.
Oh, I didn't ask.
I would organize a hunting expedition on Maklu 4
Here we go.
and defeat the legendary Fin Fang Foom. Yes!
And I'm predictable.
You know what, Quill? I think it's unfair. You got 2 guns, I got 1. I think my points should count double from now on.
That's cheating!
All right, Thumper goes there, Quill. Hey, Thumper ain't gonna install itself.
Install the
Not gonna piss off
thumper!
every critter around, right?
Sorry,
Firefall
Quill.
all
I'm
over
taking no
again.
chances after the last one. I got it tested real quick.
Not again.
I'm not gonna run after you.
Rocket!
So, Guardians mode and select
Yeah,
Rocket.
tell them that!
And then press 4 or use that to Rocket use the cluster bomb.
That kill radius.
Wow! Rocket is a weapon expert who had experiment distantly, focused on damaging multiple targets in time.
Move it!
At least they make a good splat!
Amateur!
One less freaky eye thing!
You owe me one, Quill.
What would I do without you, Rocket?
Oh yeah! I'm gonna murderize the lot of you.
Our engineer at work!
I thought we were safe! Oh,
Ooh, look at some kind of worm.
slugs!
Don't gawk at it. Shoot it!
Very helpful, thanks!
You're welcome. Now stop distracting me. Take this.
Now they brought him
Times have I saved your butt now?
I thought I was a goner, man!
Alright, so cool down.
Do we really need to test these things?
Appreciate the confidence in my work, but yes. Good. Use that beer. Kill them all.
Root, you're up! At least they make a good splat!
It is indeed satisfying.
See, I knew you'd get into it.
How are there this many of them?
Don't let them swarm you!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna murderize the lot of you.
Just watch where you're shooting!
Woohoo!
Are even slimier on the inside.
Nice
Incredible
Rocket!
scoring.
I know, right? What was that?
New
worth
ability
5
point.
points?
Oh, come on! You can't just give yourself points like that!
Woohoo! You have received an ability point. Use that to access the Guardians menu and unlock your first ability. Every 1000 XP points will grant you a new ability point. Use them to unlock new skills for team members. Press select to press to select Star-Lord and access his ability menu. Spend the ability point to acquire the Vantage Point ability. Star-Lord initiates a prolonged burn of his jet boots, rising into tactically advantageous positions to give orders or attack enemies. Good. Purchase your first Star-Lord ability. The question is, how do I use it? Oh, I guess it's the same. I press.
How do we know the monster we're looking for ain't one of
Like
these
with the
things we
others.
already killed?
If it were worthy of Lady Hellbender's collection, it would not die so easily.
Hope we know
I
this
can't
thing
use it
when we
outside
see
of
it
the
and not
combat, it
after we
seems.
stopped it.
Guardians mode.
All this firepower. Now it's all just scrap.
I am Groot.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
Sorry about what?
Groot's people never even got a chance to fight. Old Aston Planet was tortured to start.
What do
the
you
war.
guys think about the game so far?
Are you scanning for targets? All right, mining rig.
What
is
do you
right
think
there.
about it? I like
Of
it.
course it's secure.
I'm just not sure
As
about the
secure as a
ability
lockdown
menu
guard
of
Rex
your
ever
like
gave me.
teammates and such.
I am Groot.
Come on, Groot. We need to get across here.
You know, it's a
Rocket
bit
wouldn't
like
put you at risk, right?
slow.
That's right. I've always got your back, bud.
But it also depends how many abilities they will have, because if you
This
press
looks
shift
unstable like everything
and you
else
have
in
the
the
ability
place
menu,
in a bundle.
like scrolling through abilities while you are in the middle of a fast combat is a bit... I don't know.
Is he still flarking around? Come on, Quill. There ain't no Shatari left.
I am Groot.
I'm plenty
I've seen a couple of
sensitive.
people play it so far. It's not about what does what.
Yes.
But just the thing that you have to open some menus. It reminds me
telling you,
Monster
it's totally
Hunter
safe.
World,
See?
and when you
All
have
the
to go scroll through all the menus to find the item you want to use in the middle of the combat.
Rocket. Oh, flark.
And maybe it's just because they were making it for consoles too. And then they were thinking that any other way would be hard for consoles.
Groot. Groot.
I would much rather just press 1 without pressing shift before to use these abilities. Just do 1, 2, 3, 4, you know? Why do you have to press shift before that? That's one extra button. It's just not necessary.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Come on, Quill. He says he'll meet us at the mining ship. I don't want to make him wait.
That's it? We're not going after him?
He says it's fine. We'll meet him later.
Team Rocket, is everything okay? Groot's signal just went dark.
Flark. His radio must have broke when he fell.
What happened to your timber companion?
Groot just took a different path. He must have fell and broke his radio.
Yeah, that's it.
Why take a different path?
Team Rocket over. Hope that got rid of him. Sounds like green team's off our backs. Now we can stop.
I think I want to restart Boss Meter Banana. It's just little distortion. No, actually, you have to press shift before that. access the menu.
Stop worrying about that dumb accident.
It got even worse. Holy moly. Hear that? Banana. Where's your banana? Banana. Banana man.
Groot's fine anyways. There's nothing to worry about.
Whatever, right? Like you said, Groot's fine. Everything is fine.
Exactly. We're all fine.
Sure, fine.
How do you make a dead Chitauri float?
How?
You take your foot off its head.
I think Yondu told me that one. Only good Chitauri is a dead Chitauri.
Yeah, Korax was okay. I wonder how he's doing.
Not sure if I want to know more about your banana, Dilper. Too much information.
Amid all this wreckage.
Look around. It's hard to miss. Great big metal cylinder.
Finally.
Hey, Gamora. Did you really chop up the Chitauri Queen?
Where'd you hear that?
Around.
I didn't kill it. I kidnapped it.
I can't believe I fixed that thing for you and you're using it to play
You're
dirty.
paranoid.
You sure I'm not winning? Feels like I should be winning.
I mean, it's your tech doing the counting. I guess it could be defective.
It's not defective.
Sounds like I'm winning then.
Hey, there is something here.
Cheater!
Relax. I'm not cheating, man.
Yeah, where do I have my ability?
Am I the only one who's fed up with how much this entire junkyard stinks?
Smells kind of like old fruit.
Yeah, that's one of the smells.
How many are there?
Well...
Groot could have reached that. Really missed the big twig right now.
You and me both.
I wonder how space was briefed with some oxygen in that tank.
Mission, I do not wish to be.
Man! If that afterburner kicked on right now, we'd be toast.
Let's hope it don't. Because we have
Maybe
to
I
find a way
don't
through
need
this
to
thing.
breathe. Yeah, my robot was.
This turbine's right in the way. Gotta get through it. These things open up to let gas through, right?
Yep. You saying we're the gas?
Today we are, if we can get it open. There's a drone access tunnel over here.
Too bad we don't got a drone.
Can you squeeze in there?
Can you squeeze it down?
Rocket, fix the thing. Rocket, clean up the mess. Rocket, crawl into the mystery
Rocket,
hole.
rocket!
See anything?
Yeah, a manual override.
Team Rocket, we hit a snag. One of our thunder points was covered in resin, so we're gonna fly around and scout another spot.
Just make sure the new spot is as close as possible to the original one. Because of maths and angles.
Great. Another turbine.
Yeah, that is how these things are usually built.
Pew! Pew!
Floor! It's stuck on something!
Boop!
Someone's been practicing.
Boop boop.
Come on, let's get out of here.
We're back on track. The mining ship ain't too far.
Think Groot's already ahead of us?
Maybe. Hope he didn't get distracted. I've been thinking about buying him a leash. He spots something shiny, and the next thing you know, he's on another.
Ah!
It wasn't me this time.
Holy hell!
I don't like this.
Can I shoot?
Tear my pants! I'm gripping this thing with muscles I didn't even know I had. Oh crap!
Where's...
Oh, Larkin, son of a!
I told you I saw them.
Great timing! How did you guys...
Good to see you two. But you're gonna want to cross the ship as fast as you can.
Woohoo!
We're seeing a lot of movement.
Yeah, Scott's getting real violent out here.
Just try to hold her still for us!
That's not gonna be an option soon.
This position is untenable.
Drax says hurry it up, Peter. Incoming! Watch out! What? Hang on!
Have you perished, Peter Quill?
Towards the Marines! I'm taking her out of here!
Oh shit!
Running!
Stop walking around, man.
Really?
Quill, this way.
Wow, what an action scene!
Team Rocket! Did you make it inside?
I can't see anything.
Got it. Meet you in a tick.
No rush. It's nice and cozy in here.
Not so much when you can't see in the dark.
I think I felt a panel. Yeah, there's wiring and. What?
My visor went supernova. Is it broken?
Overloaded sounds like. Must be some kind of residual energy in here. Come on, Larkin tensor joint. Just neat. Wiggle the. Okay, so life support's booting back up. What's it look like out there?
Oh, mother of spacebar.
In the bat against the rocket! Woohoo! No night vision. Ouch.
Quill, you okay?
Yeah, it's just...
Oh shit. Something crawled out of it.
Well, that's concerning.
It's quite cool.
What's that?
It's a swarm of old cleaner bots. Maybe.
Maybe.
Old cleaner bots.
You don't know.
Groot. It's Groot. I knew it.
Groot! You okay, buddy? Sorry about the shooting.
Yeah, thought you were that...
Take a short bathroom break. Okie dokie, I'm back. I think you're really going to like the interactions between the characters throughout the game. I really hope so. I'm also kind of looking forward when I get through the tutorial things. And I kind of learn everything.
Accidentally. At a distance. We're totally alright. They just ran away when it saw us, right, Quill? And I'm glad you're safe too.
Yep. Just a freaky floating creature. Nothing to worry about. Oh, and speaking of freaky creatures, wanna bet Green Team's having trouble parking the ship?
I think I'm done with bets for today.
Yeah, you and me both. Let's just get to the rendezvous point.
Oh,
nobody won. It was just an excuse to shoot stuff.
And walk like this backwards. There's some materialist out there. So this third option is like more options or just not say anything?
Quill's dumb enough to lead us into a trap, but don't sweat it. Ain't nobody knows we're here. Here you go. Rendezvous coordinates are that way, but we'll have to find a way around the rubble.
I'll try to find a side passage.
It's the silence, I think. Okay, so there's just 3 options.
Hey, you guys get the Milano parked somewhere safe? Guys?
Maybe they got tired of hearing you yak.
This place gives me the creeps.
Look at this old beauty. A table. This is a vintage Model T engineering workbench. They don't make them sturdy like that no more. Hey, come on, Quill. Let's see if this beauty still works. Maybe I can fix up your gear. Hey, hand me that part.
These rockets help use a workbench to craft perks. Oh, so that's why I couldn't craft before. Available perks are displayed when you activate it. Each perk requires specific components to
Behind the
craft
big
it.
unit over here.
We have enough components to craft this perk. Hold to ask Rocket to craft it. Rapid reload.
Here you go.
Hello, girl. Hello, Sorsichku. Welcome. Charge shots. Quickly pressing fire weapon twice charges a shot, released to deliver a hit that inflicts both stagger and physical damage. Punch.
And voila!
Thanks. You are welcome. Increased my health point total. More health, more survivability, right?
Yeah, there's a way through, if we can clear out that crud.
What was the first perk I got? No increased health and negate cooldown period due to element guns overheating. Rapid reload.
Really? Enough. Come on, Quill. Put them pea shooters to good use so we can squeeze in there. It would suck to get busted in here. You know, with just one exit.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
That's one.
Rapid reload allows you to cancel your element gun's cooldown and deal extra damage. Firing repeatedly causes overheating. Upon overheating, green zones appears on the cooldown gauge. Pressing that with the marker in the zone cancels the overheat. Okay.
You gotta time it just right to overcharge the base cooler.
Oh yeah! Nailed it! And, thanks for the upgrade.
All right, let's squeeze our way out of here.
Oh, after you.
No, you go first. I'll cover your back. There ain't nothing spooky. It's an old ship is all. And dark, sure. All right, you made your point. Perfectly safe, right?
Perfectly safe, right?
Safe.
Yeah, looks safe. It's gonna fall, it's gonna fall.
It's a little wobbly. You guys hang back.
Little wobbly. Ouch. Oh, monster! Shit!
I've ever seen! Yo! More bugs! There's always more roaches! That was like something out of a horror movie! Man, Rocky, you really missed
Incredible!
That was amazing!
Team Rocket! Finally. We couldn't hear you before. Something about the mining ship's been messing up our comms.
Yeah, something really ain't right in here. And Quill fell down another hole.
Another one. I'm parking the Milano, but Drax is out there searching for you.
Maybe you'll find Quill before we do. We're trying to catch up to him.
Guys, we really need to get better at the buddy system.
She is not my buddy.
Ecstatic soft looking.
Describe your surroundings.
Old metal, old mining equipment, just old.
Noted.
I'm wondering, like, melee weapon is on C and nothing is on control, right? What if I put it on control? I think control is a bit more accessible. Because C is a bit, I don't know. Team Rocket reminds me of a Pokemon every time. Mouse and keyboard, key bindings, nothing is left control, 0 G impulse down. Yeah, I don't have that. Well, guess we will be fine with C. Something on Q?
Weird bunch of stuff to mine.
No, I don't know. All those things, I don't know what they are. This thing is on Q. Flare attack. I guess I don't have flare yet. A revive and freeze. I guess C will work.
I don't know. Weird cubey hunks of rock or metal.
You two have any luck?
It is not a question of luck.
Peter, make some noise so we can find you.
Drax! Drax!
Hey, you want to mute your comms if you're gonna scream your lungs out?
located some old equipment, but I do not see you.
This whole place is old equipment.
That does not narrow my search.
Ooh, I found something. What is that?
I wonder if Rocket knows what this is.
Guess I have to show them the items later. Because then if I find a collectible, I should ask them when I'm back on the ship. So I guess the Rocket will know what it is. Collectibles! This is just like Psychonauts. Yes, game is like a game. Oh, monster.
Oh, another freaky thing!
How freaky? Kill it!
Read my mind. This thing refuses to die. I can barely scratch it.
Woo!
I'm killing it as hard as I can.
Stagger bar. Some enemies have a stagger bar, making them much more resistant to damage. Their stagger bar is always placed below their health. Failing it completely will momentarily cripple them.
Could really use a tag team.
Peter Quill, hide behind me! I will protect you!
Nobody's hiding.
Guardians menu. And he has
Show
that.
him some muscle.
Nice. Drax the Destroyer. Drax is a durable brawler, able to take on many enemies at once. He specializes in staggering enemies impervious to regular attacks. His basic attack ability Destroy deals the light damage and heavy stagger.
We shall make this fall permanent! Their soft flesh is primed for slicing.
I'm missing all the fun!
Now it's a fair fight.
It is completely
Peter, Drax, where are you? Did I hear a blaster?
Sure did.
Save some for me.
Not gonna be a problem.
Our blows seem insignificant.
Woohoo! Nice. Okay, what is her ability?
Slash him, Gamora.
Feel this?
Wow, she's so cool.
Too big to stew
Look at
her.
that. The deadliest woman in the galaxy, Gamora, a skilled assassin who swiftly eliminates targets. She delivers quick, high damage attacks. Her basic ability, Deadly Strike, deals heavy damage to a single enemy.
You agree? He's found Quill yet?
Found and saved.
Hey,
Go on ahead then. We'll catch up. Just making a pit stop.
I parked the Milano near the last thumper spot. We'll head that way and keep an eye out for you.
how's my baby?
You can see for yourself if we can get back up there. I could make it up there, but we're gonna need something for you two to climb up on.
It is a wonder the nimble assassin has not abandoned us already.
Drax.
At least he called me Nip.
Let's see that fancy footwork, Gamora.
Bet you can't do this.
That is physically impossible.
Drax, think you can heft that container?
Behold the might of a Catathian warrior!
Here looks good.
I am on my way. Remember this moment should you ever think of crossing me, assassin.
I'll remember how slowly you moved.
All right, Rocket. We're back on track.
Oh, yeah, good for you. This ain't stealing if it's abandoned. Flog.
Rocket.
Not now, Quill.
Yeah, we got some collectors. Ouch. Get up there, but...
Hey, big guy. Lift that thing up.
Are you certain where you want it this time?
You can place it there.
Shall be done.
Oh, nice. He can help me get up there. Maybe I can find something there too. Not really.
Need some help moving, Drax.
Where would you like it, Peter Quill?
Right there's good.
Understood.
Gamera is great.
Rocket.
Perhaps he has located our monster.
We don't even know what it looks like. The intel was extremely vague.
It wasn't vague, it was rushed. It's probably some cute little...
Nightmarish abomination.
Nightmarish abomination.
An ideal specimen would reflect that strength.
Like I said, something scary.
I disagree. Strength is endearing.
Bad and
Marion
cute.
and her mother Hovat were two of the strongest people who ever lived.
I bet it's something cute. Women dig the cute stuff, right?
Yes. All women in the entire universe get weak in the knees when they see something fluffy.
Lady Hellbender is an exceptional female. She would desire only the most worthy of pets.
You've never seen a baby otter playing with its hands.
Oh yeah, this is a special shot. Be from the other side.
There is a distinct sensation navigating this wreck. Catathians call it the Shadow's Gaze.
Now that you mention it, I have felt like I was being watched.
Perhaps our prey is stalking us. I say, come.
A miracle! After the Chitauri destroyed our outpost, we journeyed for 15 rotations to reach the healer. Every night was harder than the next, as Slam's briefing worsened. We could find nothing medically wrong with him. The Chitauri assault had damaged his mind, and he was simply giving up. After he would lead us through so many battles, we weren't about to let him go out this way. We found his church aboard one of its converted mining ships. The line was long, but the excitement was palpable. Each time we advanced, we would hear screams of joy at the front of the crowd. When it was our turn, we approached this goat-skinned miracle worker. I do not have the proper vocabulary to describe him, but it is the closest we have ever been to divinity. The healer pressed his hands against Jakeslun's forehead and whispered to him. Our friend's eyes widened and he took a deep breath for the first time since he fell in battle. Oxo be praised. He was healed. Jakeslun has been distant on our return trip. We believe he is simply dealing with his near-death experience. We hope he will be himself once again soon. He turned into one of these monsters we are gonna fight.
Once we deliver her prize, Lady Hellbender could become an influential ally. How so? They say that the mere mention of her name can end a negotiation.
You want to turn the Guardians of the Galaxy into an extortion racket?
No. I want people to offer us bigger tasks because they fear her wrath.
Same thing, Drax.
Ah.
I don't think that I can get up there. Actually could.
You know, I've seen these big mining ships before, but I don't remember ever seeing a Catathian starfighter in the war.
Thanos ordered his invaders to raise most of our fleets and demolish our factories before we could respond. Surely you knew that.
Actually, I didn't. I had nothing to do with what happened to your people.
But you were familiar with this tactic.
Woohoo! Nice!
Of course you were.
Guess who got the resources for my exploration?
Ever see the remains of a planet after one of these?
Time to
things,
slide! Woohoo!
Planets?
Well, you got some time. We got company.
Is this from the last thumper?
We haven't even.
No! And through the choose abilities.
Food for our quarry. We're not getting behind.
Let's get focused on not becoming food.
I guess they will not use abilities without me. Ow! Okay.
You're right, this isn't working. Mark. It's like we woke up the whole ship. Just hang.
I can't really use the abilities that fast. What is huddle? When your huddle gauge is full, trigger the huddle with R. And oh, what that is?
Guys, huddle up.
It feels like they're everywhere, laughing at us.
And yet, we cannot retreat.
No
Use the
one's
speech,
retreat,
dead
big
best
guy, but I
source, or
gotta
cheers
say,
the base.
Fucking scary out there, Quill.
Thornard's on the field, danger on all sides. Then it's time we stand and face it, and make sure they're nullified. Are we heroes to be laughed at? No! I'll laugh at them instead. Who's with me? Die, thieves!
Bring it on!
Let's.
Huddle succeeded. Huddles have 3 possible outcomes. You motivated the team by answering correctly. Both you and Guardians get a damage boost. Had you chosen wrong, only you would have gotten it. Win, lose, or say nothing, or Guardians are resurrected.
This really gets the blood pumping.
This is my kind of workout!
We ain't such a bad team after all.
Well said, brother.
This is more like it.
Told you we make a great team! Pin him down, Groot! Oh, you, Rocket! Want some? Get some!
What are you offering, Peter Quill?
This is how it's done.
You You're a rousing leader, Peter Quill.
Sometimes he ain't half bad.
He's off his game! Let's knock him down!
Payback time, Scotch
How sweet it is!
You did not know the lyrics.
Okay, we did it.
Glorious!
We got fantastic and new ability.
Gorged with the thrum of battle.
Didn't need to hear that.
Come on, last thumper spot is this way.
How do you know?
My senses are fine-tuned to measure even the tiniest vibrations.
Really?
No,
Got another ability. Now we got an ability point, not actual an ability, but now we need 2 and 3, so and get more.
I'm tracking it on my display.
Well, once it kind of
The
keeps
Milano
it
could be right on
going,
the
it's
other side
not
of the
too
door.
bad.
It was open when I came through here.
But if you can activate the abilities, they will
says I
just get
tripped on
overwhelmed.
something?
Or maybe it
Mom
was supposed to
probably
happen
closed
so
the
you
door
would
behind
see.
Excuse me?
He looks like it's still got some juice. Give it a go, Rocket.
Watch a genius at work.
You are a miracle worker,
It
man.
was supposed to. It was a bit quick. I was like, hey, this should be like a hard difficulty, right? But not that hard. That they would die in a second.
I have to say, that is an immaculate parking job.
Thanos never tolerated imperfection.
Never been a problem for Quill. Yeah.
What was the huddle button again? R?
This is it. Last spot.
I hope it will say when I will need it.
Can't wait to be out of here. This place feels like it's about to collapse on itself.
I cannot wait to meet our monster.
I thought you were mostly interested in meeting the
yeah.
buyer.
She is a respectable collector.
R.
Yeah, don't worry, Sunshine.
Ow! Is it, doing it?
What?
It appears to be broken.
Ain't nothing broke. That's the sound it's supposed to make.
What sounds?
You can't hear that.
Hear what?
Hello. Too fast.
Our monster has arrived.
I see it.
Good. Oh, crap, the door, It works. Let's catch our monster. Man, that thing's fast!
Don't let it get behind you. It could be poisonous.
Lady Hellbender will pay extra if it is poisonous.
Thing to hide behind.
Good thinking, Quill.
You should have brought a net.
A Catathian hunter needs no net.
Got nowhere left to hide.
But it can still run. Gotta be some way to slow it down.
Are we even sure this is the right creature?
It's not like any of the other uglies here. This one's something special. Groot! Hog time!
Ah, Groot will slow it down. Oh, it's cute.
What is that?
Definitely not a monster.
Adorable. More matted than an Asgardian goat.
We cannot present this pathetic creature to the monster queen of Seknarf 9. She will laugh at us.
Bait.
I knew those thumbs didn't work.
What? My thumpers are state of the art. Musclehead's the one who rushed at the first thing that came
The
through
real
the
one
door.
will come.
My head is not made of muscle.
What the? You guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yes. That is a monster.
Acanti!
Alright. Enough with the warm-up. Time to catch us a real monster.
Phasma likes the space lava. Space lava is super cute.
What in hell's name is that?
Definitely not cleaner bots.
Watch it!
The whole place is crapping out. We gotta get out of here now.
Curse these volatile ruins!
Tracks, go!
You can change the
Hold on to
controls
your
of the
butts,
ladder and
people.
rev
Rockets,
things.
hit the music!
On it.
Focus on flying, Peter.
Someone play this man a song!
Now we're talking!
Watch the ship.
I'm watching!
You ain't. Drax, what are you doing?
I am holding my buttocks as Peter Quill instructed.
Yeah, she's like also.
Someone give me a hand. Am I right?
How about one upside the head? Heads up!
We have debris incoming!
Blow it away, Quill.
Time to thread the needle.
Don't even think about it!
Quickest way through is through.
You're dying with a guilty conscience, assassin.
Don't you get goo on my ship.
My ship.
That's it. Let me drive. You're gonna get us killed.
We're not dead yet.
Maybe we are, and this is hell.
Do not be ridiculous. This place lacks the eternal frost of subdue.
Your hell is frozen?
The Tathians do not like cold.
Try putting on a shirt.
See? Peace, so.
Bruce says watch out.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
You want me to take the controls?
No, I've got this.
Clearly!
Watch it! Don't get us killed, Quill. There's still so much stuff I want to steal.
Ah, this is so confusing. This is something for my Don't turn too much with me,
Hit the blue
or I will
button!
puke.
What blue button?
The one for the secret boosters I added!
Can you please stop adding things while I'm asleep?
Punch it, Peter!
Now is not the time for hand-to-hand combat.
Whoa!
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
yeah! Definitely a fan of the blue button.
I really don't like when they're turning with me.
See? Peace, so.
Bruce says watch out!
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
Brain really can't handle the turning.
See? Peace, so.
Bruce says watch out!
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
I was pressing down to go down, but it just doesn't go down. I get motion sick, yeah. Especially when it's changing, you know, it's like turning me. So you're not always flying the same.
See? Peace, so.
Bruce says watch out!
Yeah, thanks for the heads
Like
up.
I'm on the top of the screen, but I'm trying to get lower. But I can't.
You want me to take the controls?
No, I've got this.
Clearly!
Watch it! Don't get us killed, Quill. There's still so much stuff I want to steal. We ain't gonna make it. Hit the blue button!
What blue button?
The one for the secret boosters I added!
Can you please stop adding things while I'm asleep?
Punch it, Peter!
Now is not the time for hand-to-hand combat.
Whoa! Fuck yeah! Definitely a fan of the blue button!
There's Scott on all sides. We ain't gonna make it!
We'll make it! Maybe!
There's the exit!
See? Home stretch!
Our last breath!
Yeah! And that's what I call a win, people!
How's that a win? Our monster just got
Woo!
Whatever you can fly away from.
means you screwed up because you had to fly away from it.
Oh shit.
Please don't be Novacore. Please don't be Novacore.
I don't think
please
that it
don't be
was
Novacore.
invented. It's just like when it's turning me, it's hard for me to keep the attention to something. Because I get a bit like motion sick and it's hard for me to follow and not get sick. You know, when it's like flips you to the sides or something and your view changes a bit. I don't like that. Probably why I can't play any of these like space flying through space thingies.
Designation, Hallis Hope.
Did you say Hallis Hope?
There's a.
But we
there's a
did it,
thing
so.
I gotta do. I'll be right back.
We need to get rid of that animal. Now. I'm serious, Peter. If it stays on the ship, we all go to prison.
No one's going to jail. It's a harmless space llama thingy.
Harmless? Remember Inakubi?
Not really, no.
That's because they scorched the planet because an idiot smuggled in an Exelon.
I will eject the beast into space.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not ejecting anything. It'll make us look guilty.
It could be carrying Zephron's disease.
Which is why Drax is gonna hide in the secret cargo compartment behind Groot's plants.
Peter, Jason, Quill.
Really? My middle name? Hey, Krell! How you doing? How long's it been? 2-3 years? You look good. You been tanning?
This is a new low, Peter. Even for you.
Corral. I swear it's not what it looks like.
That you're a junker trespassing in the most restricted area of space, who consorts with thieves and murderers, apparently.
Hey, killing people for money ain't murder, lady.
Nice to see you too, Corral.
Come on, Corral. You know me. We've been to hell and back. Sure, I've done some shady stuff since the war, like really shady stuff. But junking?
I just caught you pink-handed, leaving the quarantine zone.
Technically, yes, but we weren't scavenging.
Right.
Peter Quill. I found these items in the space that you told me about. There was not enough room for both the other thing and these.
Peter Quill, of planet C-53, under Galactic Law ZXB-47, I am putting you and your crew under arrest for
Actually, can I call you back?
What?
Please tell me that is not a crate of super illegal tech.
It is a crate of super illegal tech, which also happens to be very valuable.
Really?
What? We're on a Ravager ship. Even the Flarkin bulkheads are stolen.
Well, we can't fit both in the compartment.
I will eject the crate into space.
Eject the crate and I melt your face! The Milano's weapon systems are 4 generations behind, Quill. We need that tech, more than we need some stupid farm animal.
That farm animal could be a Class 3 biohazard. You want to end up in the kiln?
Dilemma.
Hide the llama.
What? What about my stuff?
Rocket, I know Corel. I'm pretty sure I can get her to go easy on us about the tech, but a potential biohazard? Man, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
You slept with a cop?
She wasn't a cop at the time. The point is, we were close. You just have to trust me. I am Groot. And that would be your boarding party.
Oh, there was not really that much time to decide.
Just speak to Centurion Corel.
Silence, prisoner. The commander has no time with law-breaking pirates like you.
That's just it. We're not pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Yeah, that's right. You check those records, Buckethead. Novacore licensing permit 67398-2.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No.
Rocket. So I let Groot fill out the paperwork. I fixed it with an addendum.
Not the most well-known heroes you could hire, but definitely in the top 5 of most awesome names. Contributing members. Groot, a Flora Colossus, last of his kind, fearless in a firefight, an awesome best friend. Rocket, bona fide super genius and a wizard with explosives. Definitely not a raccoon. Gamora, adopted daughter of Thanos, deadliest woman in the galaxy. Need we say more? Drax the Destroyer.
Have you guys
Convicted
played
serial
the Guardians
murderer
of the Galaxy
and
Telltale
galactic
game?
war hero.
It was pretty good, I liked it too.
Last and definitely least, Peter Jason Quill.
That's all you wrote?
It was a character limitation.
Sorry, excuse me, I just need to...
Character
What are you
limitation.
doing here?
Oh, you don't know? Really? It says right here. Prisoner processing training. I'm your official trainee.
Aren't you a little young for the Corps?
Aren't you a little old for that hairdo?
I should check with the captain.
No. No. She definitely signed off on this. You know how thorough she is about signing stuff? And if I may, sir, the real concern here is Regulation 7A regarding prisoner footgear. That one's jet boots are in clear violation.
They're decorative.
Good work, Cadet Gold.
Great, there goes Plan B.
You don't need a plan B, I got this.
No, you do not got this, pirate. I got this. Now fall in line.
Time to go, prisoners. Watch the
Ouch.
jacket.
I got punched!
You know the arrest protocols?
All memorized, sir. First thing we do...
First thing you do is apologize. We're legitimate business-like folk on legitimate-like business.
We're not hunting an illegal creature in illegal space.
Everyone just do what they say. When I see Corral, I'll explain.
The captain isn't going to see you. According to protocol, you're to be taken straight to the brig.
Hold it right here. Is there a problem?
Yes, no faith energy, no power. No power, no containment. A single spark.
Techs are looking at it. They say that.
They cannot even fathom. How can they fix what they cannot understand?
Put the Grand Unifier's mind at ease. Run the scanners again.
What the flark is a Grand Unifier?
Grand Unifier Raker, leader of the Church of Universal something.
Universal
Floating dead in
something.
a quarantine zone. Looking for God.
All right, pirates, let's go.
We caught him just like we caught you.
Difference is, I know the captain. As I was saying, if you just tell the captain that I...
Mom explicitly said she doesn't want to see you.
Yeah, Quill.
Wait. Did she just...
Just to be super clear on the mom thing.
Oh shit!
Hold on! Quill!
Oh no, I pressed E! Come on, game. Big time events, really? Do I have to hold E because I pressed it? Maybe I have to hold it. I don't know, I clicked E, it didn't work. Yeah, I was basically spamming E. I don't know. Definitely spamming E doesn't work. I will try to hold it. That's also like, they don't make it clear. Timing it, so not hold it. Oh, maybe when it's green circle? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not... They don't really explain these things. Shouldn't this kind of thing be in a tutorial? Like how the quick time events work? Like at least the first time, so you would know. I in general dislike quick time events, but
Hey, kiddo, you there? Nova girl!
Yeah, I think so. Let me just see if I can.
Hold on!
oh.
You sure?
Get boots!
Oh my god! Scary thingy again!
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Nikki.
Howdy! Oh, I might have more quick time events, so I have to pay attention.
Okay, Nikki, here's the plan. You're gonna jump and grab my legs while I hold on for dear life.
That doesn't sound like.
Trust me, kiddo. We got this. See? This is weird. Oh. Doing great.
Okay. That was kind of amazing.
Whoa! Thanks.
Mom wouldn't be impressed if I lost my first prisoner.
Your mom, right?
Come on. We need to get out of here.
Woo!
Last door around the corner. We'll be safe there. Here.
Yeah, but the quick time events is not about the difficulty of the game.
On 3, 2, 1.
I think that quick time events are always the same, no matter if you play on the easiest or on the hardest. So I don't think that I'm making that difficult for me.
This way.
Nikki?
Hmm? They differ?
Whoa.
In this game?
There's something wrong about that church ship. Who goes fishing for God in a junkyard?
Doesn't really feel like I would not be getting enough time. It's more like I didn't know that I had to wait.
Pretty sure I can override them with my passkey.
They give out override keys to trainees?
Not exactly. Just give me a sec. Come on, come on.
You know, I could probably help with the door if we undid these cuffs.
Regulation 3B. Never undo restraints.
Come on, you clearly need my help.
No! You're my prisoner, and I got this.
Obviously.
Ah! Okay, we're gonna have to find another way.
We sure there isn't a way through here?
I'm in charge here. A secret.
Whoa! You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You?
Oh, dandy.
Okay, this way.
Shouldn't we be going up? Back toward the others?
There's another
No,
glass door
quick
down
time
there.
events suck. But there are a lot of good games with quick time events.
Are you kidding me?
Relax, you're fine. Ish.
I mentioned how useful my jet boots would be right now.
Okay, I can do this.
Not to rush you or anything.
Almost there. Can you please stop squirming? I'm trying to focus.
Okay, okay.
Yes! Got it! Through here. Whew.
Nice work.
Thanks.
Damn
You
it,
didn't do too bad
typos.
yourself, pirate.
Only Star.
You understand plasma hard as a clue in the name.
Look at that butt saver.
Okay. Peter. So, listen. I have some good news and some bad news about your friends. Did you hear me?
Start with the bad, I guess.
Your friends have been processed and put in the brig.
So what's the good news?
They're not dead. One of them actually seems really active.
That's probably Rocket. Prison cells make him jumpy.
Come on. We'll be safe through here. Flark! Pipes must have burst.
How do I pick up all these things when I
Try
can't pick
using
up
that
things?
thingamajig of yours to call someone?
We don't need help. I know what I'm doing. Now help me block this fire so we can get through.
Sure. Just that everyone must be worried. Captain's kid goes missing.
Captain's kid is still a corpsman. Now are you gonna help me or not?
Yeah, there is
Yes,
autosave.
ma'am. Easy does it.
But I like the variety of the game. It seems really nice.
There, see? You don't need to worry about me. Enough people around here do that already.
For what it's worth, I think you're doing great. As good an arresting officer as I've ever had.
Are you seriously trying to sneak away on me right now? You literally just said I was doing great.
You are doing great. Top 5 best arresting officers I've ever had.
Cool. So can you please just show me the same respect you would any other arresting officer?
Ooh,
That's
I found
exactly what I'm doing.
I found a new outfit. Make sure you have the safe function is running,
Your
Cosmo.
arresting officer at all times, even though she may just be a trainee.
Okay.
Yeah, it has been already. Like if I fail quick time event or if my game crashed, I just ended where I was, so be fine. So far it was
we're
working.
agreed that you owe me one, right?
No. By my count, I've saved you at least as much as you saved me.
Is that robot wearing makeup?
What? Oh, yeah. That's just
Going to enjoy the game and shut up.
I know all the bots down here. They're kind of my friends, I guess. I reprogrammed most of them.
Yeah, she seems nice.
Maybe.
No, I mean it's cool. Give them personality. Very cool.
Okay, wow. Just blatantly gonna ignore me and go crawling into a dead end. Regulation 2B. Prisoners must stay close at all times.
Really got them all
Yes, but there are
memorized,
things
don't
to collect. There are collectibles and materials. Come on, woman.
Override key you keep
Understand.
Does your mom know you play down here?
Probably not.
But I don't know where I'm putting it. Maybe it's my butt or something.
You know, I didn't have a lot of friends at your age either. Granted, I was in prison, but still.
So Mom was right about
Look at that butt in that
It was a
suit.
Shikari prison. I was just a kid.
I have so many questions. Were your parents in prison too?
No, my mom, died. I didn't know my dad.
In the hair. True.
How do you know my mom, exactly?
We fought together on Mercury during the war. She was, is a real spitfire.
More like real controlling. And bossy and judgmental. You're just a kid, Nikki. You don't know what's good for you, Nikki. Stay out of the escape pods, Nikki.
I kinda know what you mean.
You do?
This is a new low, Peter. Even for you, Peter. It's restricted space, Peter.
Yep. That's her. Okay. Almost there.
Almost where?
You'll see.
Why do you run so slow?
Where do you think you're going?
Just making sure this place is safe and secure from the.
It's like just
fire.
because you have tied your hands, you don't have to run like there's something stuck in your butt.
Any day now.
Right, right.
Maybe it's the new outfit.
Taking it all in.
I'm still in charge here, you know.
Of course you are.
It's a dead end. Trust me.
Of course I trust you.
Clearly. Quick reminder that only one of us knows the way out.
Could have fooled me.
Get back here, pirate!
Wow, wow, okay. Could have sworn I heard Corell there for a second.
Ugh, are you kidding
Baby
me?
has to go to the bathroom. Yeah. I would also run like that if I needed to go pee.
If this is an attempt to escape your mom's ship, I really need to know, because I may or may not be super interested. Just really need to make sure it doesn't look like a kidnapping.
What? No, no.
Oh, wow.
Don't laugh.
No, no. This is cool. It's like your secret hideout, right? I definitely prefer this to the brig.
We're not staying. I just need to check on Ultimo. His gyros have been all screwy.
Take your time.
I mean, who runs like that?
Is this your mom? Single-handedly winning the war?
Obviously, I know she didn't do it by herself.
No. That final push was, it was a massive team effort.
Were you there?
I contributed to the war effort differently.
Pirating?
Raiding, which is...
You do.
The good kind of pirating. A universal translator. Wonder if it speaks Groot.
I have another collectible. Maybe I have to discuss it with Groot when we are back.
Hey, this is Mercury, right?
Uh-huh. It's supposed to represent this big battle Mom was part of. You said you were there, right?
Oh yeah. Your mom was dead in the water until me and the Ravagers showed up. You should really fix this.
You want me to draw you in?
In the interest of historical accuracy. Is this Krelar?
Yeah. Long time ago. Kid stuff. I could do it way better now.
No, it's good. Morbid, but good. Need a hand?
Nope. But thanks. I'm almost done.
Something tells me you and Rocket would get along. Or really, really not get along. One of those two.
The raccoon thing? Yeah. He seemed real charming.
I just mean he's also really into
Meanwhile,
all this tech
Plasma is stealing all of the little girl stuff. Yes.
Almost finished.
Oh, look. I can go to her room. No, this would be so much like Life is Strange. I would go to her room and read all her diaries. And...
Completely freaks.
Come
I've seen your
on.
mom overreact
Game just teases me.
I'm not a kid anymore, you know?
Tell me about it. More crawling, yay.
More crawling, yay.
So, you get where I'm coming from, right? Like if you do end up talking to my mom, the subject of me happens to come up. Because the truth is, I wasn't exactly supposed to.
Say no more. I'll make sure Corell knows what a good job you did.
No! I mean, thanks. But ideally, Mom never needs to know I was in the hangar at all.
So I never saw you?
Exactly! Never saw me. Never saw my passkey. You may have heard of Nikki Gold and how cool she is, but that's it. Almost at the elevator. We're home free. Ah! Almost there.
With my exploration techniques, I think I'm still gonna get stuck somewhere.
Come on, come on. Ah!
Come on, come on.
Are you kidding me?
Do you need help?
Need a hand?
Yes! Got it! Mom?
Oh shit.
Nikki.
I'm fine. Mom, seriously. A-okay. Barely a scratch.
What in Hala's name were you thinking? Sneaking out with an arresting squad? Running around with criminals?
Alleged criminals?
You almost died. Do you have any idea how grounded you are right now?
Mom! You promised to give me more leeway.
Leeway doesn't mean lying to my officers. Or sneaking around behind my back.
Look, it's my fault some guy's ship blew up.
Restricted areas are restricted for a reason.
You treat me like a prisoner.
You're a child! Are you even listening?
Whoa. We've all been through a lot today. Let's just all take a deep breath and recognize that maybe we've all made some mistakes.
Make sure the fire is out and the hangar's secure.
Yes, Commander.
And find out why that churchman's shuttle exploded.
Grand Unifier Raker has been less than cooperative.
Make him cooperate. And you two? With me.
Oh no! We will behave, Mom!
I knew you'd overreact. You always overreact. Even Peter was saying so.
Oh, he was he? I suspect Peter misspoke, something he often tends to do.
For what it's worth, Nikki totally saved my butt. She handled herself really well. You have every reason to be proud of her.
Coming from you, Peter, it's worth extraordinarily little.
Oh my
Why
god.
are you being mean to him? Just listen to what he's saying.
I don't care what he's saying.
Upper level. Captain's quarters.
Fine.
Initiate lockdown.
Lockdown initiated.
What, are you gonna kill us?
In theory, these doors don't open until I say so.
Yeah, I know how lockdown works.
I don't think you do, because somehow you keep bypassing every security measure on this ship, and I want to know how. Or you can just show me. Mom!
You know, this reminds me of the last time I was stuck in an elevator. I was with this Shi'ar girl, and she...
Ew! What is wrong with you?
She was a lovely person.
Someone please get me out of here.
No one leaves until you tell me what I want to know.
You already know everything.
No, I don't. I know you're a magnet for danger. And that you somehow keep getting caught in restricted areas of the ship.
I'm small. Okay? I fit into places.
Being small doesn't get you past security, or through the hangar bay checkpoint.
There was that system-wide glitch, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, security was down for a while.
No, it wasn't.
Seemed pretty down to me.
Are you seriously lying for a 12-year-old right now?
12? Oh wow, I thought she was at least 16. What?
Too smart. She keeps bypassing security. Unless you have a level 6 access to my ship all of a sudden? Didn't think so. Nicolette Gold, empty your pockets.
You empty your pockets.
Nikki?
I still have feelings for you.
Excuse me?
Not like feelings, you know, like emotions. You know, because of the explosion and me and you and everything we went through back in the war. Feelings. I'm good now.
Okay, good. Now, if you don't mind.
Look, Mom, I'm not hiding anything. I wouldn't do that.
To be continued. Disengage lockdown.
Lockdown disengaged.
So, can I go help secure the hangar now?
Oh my
You can
god.
go back to your quarters and you can stay there for the next 30 rotations.
But
I did laugh
I
so
can
much
make
in
it
the
30
game for a
cycles.
while. I still have feelings for you. No, not like feelings, but
So, rough day, huh? Exploding shuttles, quarantine zone trespassers, missing kid.
I have no idea.
Chewie. I can't believe you still have them. Can't believe you survived. Mercury was what, like 1,000 degrees?
More like 1,000 cycles ago. You can keep him if you want. He is yours.
Hey, I ordered him to look out for you. Expect him to keep doing his job. Especially, you now have a daughter, apparently.
do the math.
12-year-old daughter, who you didn't have during the war. 12 years ago when we...
Peter. When we picked up your ship, part of me was excited. At first. But then after all this time, you haven't changed. At all. You're still the same...
I've changed. Whatever the fine is, I'll pay. Just give me 3 cycles. Let me prove that I'm not still... whatever it is you're gonna finish that sentence with.
You're gonna pay 7,000 units? In 3 cycles?
Wow, okay, that is a lot of money. Here, I was thinking that maybe...
The fine's non-negotiable. My search party found a disturbing amount of prohibited tech lying around your ship.
Well, that's all they found, right? Okay, you'll get your money on time, no problem. This Guardians of the Galaxy thing, we are this close to getting it off the ground. And if I didn't have these handcuffs on, I would show you just how very close we are.
Why do I feel like I'll regret this?
No, come on. When have I ever? You won't regret it. Promise.
You've got 3 cycles, Peter. Not 4, not 5, 3. Contact me when you've got the units.
And if we don't?
The device we installed will deactivate your ship, and you will all go to prison.
Gotcha. We won't let you down.
What the hell, Peter? You said you could get us out of this.
I did. 7,000 units is a small price.
7,000 units?
That is a tremendous sum.
Where are we gonna get that kind of money in 3 cycles?
By robbing a freaking bank, apparently.
Okay. So we got fined. So we have a Nova tracking thing on our ship that's gonna shut down our engines if we don't pay that fine in 3 cycles. At least we're not on a prisoner transport.
Not yet.
Come on, guys. You're Drax the Destroyer, man. You killed Thanos.
Allegedly.
Are you gonna let a little fine slow you down? And Gamora,
Censored
you're practically
me.
an MI6 agent, but way hotter and cooler. There's nothing you can't do.
I don't know if there was something happening between them.
Rocky, you're an actual genius and the scrappiest dude I know. How many prisons did you break out of?
7.
7
You are
prisons.
Groot. Guys, we're supposed to be a team. All we need to do is figure out how broke we are and come up with a plan. So check your quarters. Check between the sofa cushions. Check under the crafting bench. If you find any spare units lying around, grab them. I'll do the same in my quarters.
All right.
This is why you don't sleep with cops, Quill. They put bombs on my ship.
My ship.
Complete chapter 2.
I am watching you, rodent.
Cost of Freedom,
It
Chapter
is common
3.
knowledge that rodents hoard nuts, stolen technology, units.
New conversations available. The broken transition device can now be discussed in Grum Room. The Ravager Com bracelet can now be discussed in Star-Lord's room. Save the game.
Fetch it, now.
There ain't nothing to fetch. Groot blew our stash on Contraxia, and the rest I gave to Quill and Gamora for the DAS quarantine zone access code.
A likely story.
Why don't you go bother someone else?
I intend to. Open this door! I know you are in there, sentient tree!
Why does this thing look so sinister?
Hey, who said I don't go into your room and touch your stuff, Quill?
What? You hacked my visor and added a scoreboard to it while I was sleeping.
That was different. I improved it. Also, did anyone tell you that you snore? I thought Drax was bad, but wow. Quill. You should really get that checked. You sound like a Torg.
I don't snore that loud.
Yeah, okay.
So what is this thing anyway? It kind of looks like a metal face hugger.
That is clearly a spinal control unit.
Yes, right, of course, a spinal control thingy.
Back on Half-World, Kree scientists use these to keep us super soldiers in line. They'd press a big, fun red button and zap! Instant obedience.
Holy crap. Rocket.
Super soldiers. How many super soldiers were there on Half-World?
How many of you super soldiers were there on Half-World?
When the Kree started, 100, maybe. By the time I escaped, just me and Lila. She was the first one not to die from the control unit.
And Lila is also a...
What? A raccoon?
Or not a raccoon?
You gotta understand. She was afraid of them, and the control unit made sure we stayed in line. That I stayed in line.
Oh, that sounds... awful. I can't imagine.
So, I did what I do best. I found
Wasn't
a way to
that in that
overload the
movie?
control unit. When the Blueskins let us out of our cage,
I think I
kaboom!
remember Lila
I
a
blew a
bit,
hole into the
but
side
it's
of
been
the
a
lab.
while since I saw the movie.
What we didn't know,
Be nice to
what
watch it
I
again.
didn't know, was that the lab was protected by sentry bots. We got to the security fence and Lila covered me while I hacked the modulator frequency, and as soon as it opened, she pushed me through the door. I heard her die, Quill.
Ah, Rocket.
Doesn't matter now. Past is the past, right? And that thing, it's just a reminder.
Or somewhere. Would it be in that other game?
What exactly did the Kree do to you?
They ripped me apart and rebuilt me over and over.
I was
and
sure
over
Lila
again
was
until I
somewhere.
became this half-finished thing they could mold and shape and control.
Oh, Rocket, I had no idea. I mean, I knew the Kree Empire was desperate, but...
Do you know what it's like to lose all control of your body? To be in constant pain, trapped inside yourself, unable to stop the horrible things you're doing? That control unit made sure I did what I was supposed to do. Oh yeah, whether I wanted to or not. A neat, furry little machine of death. Didn't take long to figure out I was better off not fighting it.
Okay. Then let's shoot this thing out the airlock. Have a little middle finger salute ceremony to the bastards who built it.
I don't think I'm ready to let go of that part of me yet. Maybe one day.
Are you 100% sure you want to keep it? What if it...
Controls me? I decided a long time ago, Quill, that I would never let anyone control me again. As far as I'm concerned, this is just another useful piece of junk and a few bad memories.
I'm sorry you had to go through all that, Rocket. For real.
Team costumes, you know how much are these? Oh, I already read that. I think last time I was here. I have at least 1 or 2 more items.
Hey, Bluebird, you copy? I know you think I sold you out, and... Gamora, I was just...
Who are you talking to? What's a bluebird?
It, was Yondu's call sign. He was Bluebird and I was the kid.
Let me get this straight. Yondu Udonta, leader of the Ravager space virus, scourge of the Sirius system and all-around scoundrel, used Bluebird as his call sign?
Even had it embroidered on the back of his jacket.
Amazing.
It was amazing. Pretty much from the day we met.
How did you two meet? Terrans and Centaurians aren't exactly neighbors.
We met on Chitauri Prime, about 3 years into my sentence.
Wait, Yondu was a prisoner of war? I thought the Ravagers were neutral.
They were. And they also weren't.
The pirate code. The Ravagers had a simple code: steal from everyone.
The Ravagers had a simple code: steal from everyone. Yondu said it made them neutral.
But they weren't. I specifically remember several Chitauri transports being hit when I was still... you know.
They hit just as many resistance ships, until a Chitauri cruiser uncloaked in front of them during a raid and...
Yondu ended up on Chitauri Prime, with you.
After we broke out, he could have left me on some space station or dropped me off at the nearest Nova Corps base. But he didn't. Instead, he invited me to join the Ravagers.
You were with them a long time. Must have enjoyed it.
I did. Being a Ravager was the first time I felt like I really belonged, if that makes any sense.
I felt the same way when I joined Richard Rider and the Resistance. Like I was finally in control of who I wanted to be.
Yes. Exactly. Those first few years, it was like I had joined this really big, really dysfunctional family, which, now that I'm hearing it, would make Yondu my...
Space dad?
Could have been worse.
Brothers in chains. Yondu and I were cellmates.
Yondu and I were cellmates. First thing he said when they put him in my cell was, "Boy, don't be going and getting attached, because I'm just here for the food." And the food was pretty terrible, so...
Yeah, that sounds like Yondu.
I had cellmates before, and none of them lasted long. The Shatari have these gladiatorial games, and...
You got used to people dying.
Not sure about that, but I didn't expect anyone to last long. I also didn't have my translation implant back then, so I might as well have been alone. But Yondu, he actually spoke English. Said he'd offered to translate in exchange for extra rations.
So even in the snake-infested hellhole, ever the schemer.
It's something we had in common. I'd been scheming for a way to escape since the day they took me. I just needed someone like Yondu to make it seem possible.
How did you escape?
Let's just say it was equal parts simple, complicated, and kind of embarrassing. But it ended with the two of us delivering a transport full of stolen supplies straight into the hands of the Resistance.
For a bucket load of units too, I bet.
Anyway, once we did, there was no going back. I was a Ravager. Well, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to be alone for a bit.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll see you around.
That was the item to discuss.
Well. Let's see if we can find some stray units in here. Really?
$37 units?
We appear to be 6,963 units short.
I didn't expect that would continue the
We intend to
story.
keep our
Hopefully I
ship
will still
to-
be able to do things.
I know. We clearly need a plan.
And reconsider my initial proposal.
Oh, no, not Fin Fang Foom again.
Yes, we should go after Fin Fang Foom.
Drax, there are easier ways to get paid. Like, what about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing.
Quarantine zone was always a
Holding out on
My
us, Quill.
figurines are not knickknacks.
Team's in trouble, and you can't be bothered to make no
Set course
sacrifice.
for the Mach
I will
Star system.
sacrifice your head.
And take us to the majestic... Guys!
Maybe Rocket has something.
There's a lot of crazies out there, Quill. Willing to pay for this kind of weird.
No! Let's say my collection is actually worth something. There's no way we find a buyer in time. And even if we do, there's no way it gets us what we need. And most importantly, any attempt to sell anything of mine will result in me chopping off something valuable of yours.
Okay.
Perhaps we should reconsider another course of action.
Yep.
Look at his face.
He says we should combine both ideas.
Sell Gamora's trinkets to Fin Fang Foom. It is brilliant.
Yeah, you know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster. He's not. He's the sweetest, most... I am Groot. No, you don't. This ain't something you can pretend. Oh, yeah? You want monster? I'll show you monster!
Whoa, guys!
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
Sell Groot? I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He is cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage. Monster Queen would pay a great sum for such a creature.
Really? How great.
How are you okay with this?
Because I know what I am. And I know what he ain't.
I am Groot.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not Groot.
I also vote for the creepy little beast.
2 votes each. Peter?
Vote for Cell Groot. I think Groot the more convincing monster. Rocket's definitely scary on the inside. Decisions.
Well, Rocket's definitely scarier on the inside. He's unstable and vicious and totally oblivious to the needs of others.
Okay, we get it, Quill.
The point is I think you'd make a fine monster. And we'll definitely need that tactical brain of yours to bust you out once you're in there. But just to be 100% sure, you're definitely okay with this.
Are you kidding? I can't wait to hold this over you.
All right, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
We're not seriously flying into that.
They say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather. Anyways, I'm sure it looks worse than it is.
There! That's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Get us in close, Quill. I don't want to walk in this.
Whoa! Yep, no problem.
Flying the wrong way.
Nah, he's not flying at all.
Guys, relax. Just one minor adjustment.
Piece of cake.
You can't be serious.
What? This way we can scope things out before we finish the transaction.
We're like 100 clicks from her base.
You know how much I like scoping.
Okay. Well, I guess I can still explore.
I thought you'd be thrilled to finally set foot on Seknarf 9, Drax, but you're awfully composed.
I am endeavoring to contain my enthusiasm. Our mission is of prime importance.
Next time, I'm flying.
Monsters do not fly ships.
Monsters do whatever they want.
Don't you get all glued?
Oh, maybe I am materialist.
Because your constant complaining does?
You are complaining about the short one complaining.
We're all complaining. Happy?
Locate crafting components, feedback and additional devices support.
And it's done. On it and finished. This work is worth more than your worth, Quill.
Charge shot is an additional move you can use to deal staggered damage directly with your weapon. Double press and hold that to start your charge shots. Release to shoot. A charge shot inflicts both stagger and physical damage. Double press and hold. To discuss something with Groot. Didn't Groot have his thing downstairs? I remember right. Game is looking pretty good. Groot has some trees downstairs. Oh! Hey, llama boy! Llama is so cute.
Whew! Smells like llama breath.
Kind of translate. Last but I remember what I told you about my paper purchasing projects and how I bought a 15-crown chocolate to avoid shipping? Yes. Did it arrive?
I am Groot.
No, we should not go. We got to. It's different.
I am Groot.
That's sweet, but we both know you ain't got money to buy no umbrella.
Well, now I found this translator for Groot. Oh, it's here, I think.
It looks broken. Maybe Rocket can fix it.
I'm
Groot! Hey, buddy. I was just, checking to see if everything was okay. And it...
You understand Groot? Itmic?
I am Groot. Too bad this translator's busted. I was hoping it might have Groot stored on it, or something.
I am Groot.
That way I could download it into my translator. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on stuff without, you know, Rocket always filtering it.
I am Groot.
Actually, hold that thought.
Yo, Rocket!
What?
Can you come here for a sec?
What do you want, Quill? I'm busy.
Think you can see if this translator has Groot's language on it?
It doesn't.
You didn't even check.
Don't need to. Cheap scut like that don't have rare language packages, and even if it did, it's beyond salvageable.
Really? Wait, do you have Groot's language package installed in your translation implant?
Do I look like I'm made of units? Only folks who got that language package are rich people.
So you actually speak Groot then?
You mean Talinisan? And yeah, I speak it, more or less. Me and Groot been bounty hunting together for a decade before you came along, Quill. When you've been working together that long, you develop a common understanding.
I am Groot.
You say misunderstandings, I say open to interpretation.
I am Groot.
They didn't go sour. We didn't need those jobs anyway.
So you guys learned to understand each other over time.
And with the help of a spreadsheet of Groot's lexicon, which ain't no easy feat when your entire language sounds like I am in Groot.
So there's hope for us yet.
I am
Yeah. Well, I got the message. They were out of the chocolate bar, so they will refund me. And I got free shipping, which I deserve being originally only 2 crowns away from it. Wow, so lucky. I mean, you can get some other chocolate bar in the store, right? That's not the big issue, but hey, you have free shipping, so that's nice. You're stupid, so no, I don't do spoilers. Don't spoiler, that's good.
I didn't always have a translation implant. I mean, I was failing Spanish before I left Earth, not that Spanish would have prepared me for all of this.
I'm Groot.
Those first few years, do you know how hard it was to get by without having any idea what people were saying? Half of the languages out here sound like white noise, weird birds, and messed up theremins. I don't even want to know what Rocket actually sounds like. TV did not prepare me for the realities of living in space, let me tell you.
I'm Groot.
Honestly, man, you're lucky you have Rocket. I mean, I know what it's like to be surrounded by people and have no one understand you, how lonely that can be. I'd have been lost. You must have been lost too, before Rocket and us.
I am Groot.
I probably don't say this enough, but you really are an important part of the team. I can't imagine the Gardeners of the Galaxy without Groot. And who knows, if this thing does have your language in it and Rocket can download it somehow or hack it or I don't know.
I am Groot.
It'd be nice to finally talk.
I found it.
For real. Glad we had this
In the
little
previous
chat.
level.
Awesome. Cool.
My butt is very visible in that. Look at the butt
Why don't we
cheeks.
ever get missions on nice,
I think it
warm,
doesn't have a
dry
good angle
planets?
here. In that mission it was a bit more far
Amatar
away.
did have a nice forest because it was dry.
They say that Seknarf 9 is inhospitable to soft-bodied beings. We shall see how you fare, Peter Quill. We accomplish nothing by lingering in the ship.
How about staying dry? That's an accomplishment.
It looks like the emblem of the Colonial Marines from the Alien movie.
Of course.
I actually don't know.
It had to be raining.
Maybe it says in the equipment. Let me see. Outfit. This one is Nova Lord outfit. We bought this gold dome outfit dirt cheap for a protection gig, but it didn't pan out. I kept mine because the ladies are always asking me to dig it out of the closet so I can show off my Nova Force. I'm always ready to protect and serve. Gamorad and Doom. Ugh, just There's this one. Things were going south in the war and we had to dig in the trenches. I needed something more military that would protect the old noggin from fields with our laser fighter. Old reliable here can take a serious hit, but it heats up fast inside there. I wonder if Rocket could install an air conditioner. First appear in the Annihilation Conquest, Star-Lord. Then I have this one. So the game is not all in that one area with the pink stuff and the monsters. It seems like a simple shooter in just one location, but it's more like Mass Effect or what? Yeah, I think so, yeah. It just goes through like a story and change locations and... Because every chapter was basically somewhere else. You know, in the first one we wanted to get the monster, we got the llama instead. Then we got caught. And now we have to pay for having the illegal things. So now we have to like do things. And now we want to sell Rocket. So we are going to some other planet now to sell Rocket. And then we have to rescue Rocket after selling him. So we get him back. So we keep Rocket and we keep money. Because they're interested in buying monsters. So we could either sell Groot or Rocket. So I decided to sell Rocket because Groot is such a nice guy. They are another title, but the string chick always looked like she was gonna do something cool. Damn it, I really need to type better as effect. So I don't know how many like locations are really there, but you have your companions and they have abilities, so it's kind of like Mass Effect style.
I hate wet.
Probably can decide who I take with me.
I hope.
Okay, here we go.
Do I take all of them?
I ever mentioned how much I hate rain?
Hellbender's castle isn't even that far.
That is not a castle. It is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get
Yeah, the llama was really funny because you were thinking we were catching a monster. You were thinking we were catching a monster and it was super fast, so it was dark and it was moving around at this really high speed, so we had to use Groot to like slow it down with the roots. And then we just saw that it was a cute llama and not a dangerous monster.
Beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady
I'm thinking that I will continue this tomorrow, actually. Because it's already 10, so maybe today I would like to have dinner in peace and eat a bit longer time and get ready for work and all that. And I think that 4-hour stream is pretty good. It will be also really good when I export it to YouTube. 4 hours. And it's also like, it's at the start of the mission, where I think that it will be much easier to pick up in the next stream. That the mission doesn't start in the middle, you know. Eat the llama. No, we're not eating the llama. The llama is so cute. Don't remember anyone doing storing, but well, Quest was very, very cool. Chop it up. So tomorrow I don't have a night shift after, so we'll have more time for shopping. So I'm playing on hard, and so far it's been okay. We'll see. Wait, I should save it maybe. Yeah, I'm really curious what will be happening in the game. So far I really like it, but I also heard it's not very long, so I don't think that it has the length of Mass Effect. But wait, maybe the first Mass Effect wasn't that long, wasn't it? I think that the later ones has like their open world, but Mass Effect 1 took me 35 hours. I guess it's... nah. Mass Effect will definitely be long. I think this will be like 20 max. And after that, I will be playing the... I want to be playing the Life is Strange True Colors. And then I want to be playing 2 more games at least. And that is... because they are all quite short. And I have the Xbox Pass just for 1 month. They get called Death's Door. I want to be playing this one after Life is Strange. Both Life is Strange and Death's Door should be quite short, and then Forgotten City. So if I manage those games while I have the Xbox Pass, I actually don't have to buy them, and that would be really great. Like Psychonauts 2, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Death's Door, and Forgotten City is my goal, but we will see. They're not long, but I think that I only have like a bit over 2 weeks left on the Xbox Pass, because Psychonauts 2 took a really long time to finish, because I was going for the all collectibles. And the guy goes up to her, impressed by her muscles, asks her, "Have you ever been mistaken for a man?" And then her excellent reply, "No, have you?" Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will continue Guardians of Galaxy tomorrow. Approximately the same time as today. With the exception that tomorrow I don't have to end early because... yeah, I don't work night shift anymore. So tonight I work night shift, so that's why I have to go. Thanks for the stream, Plasma. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night and see you tomorrow. Ta-da, ti-dee, to-doo. Stingers up. Achoo!